Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Hotspur, Ireland's #1 Spurs fan, bringing you Can Nicky Answer Me? And boy, do we have a stellar panel tonight. We are joined by co-host Jack Kanicki, the self-proclaimed box office Alex, and everyone's favourite man, Marcelo. But first of all, Jack, my man, how we keeping?
Dave, it's honestly, I should put on sunglasses as well. We got the movie stars in the house tonight. We got the box office Alex. We got the Don Marcelo, the original Don of the Harris Army. David, I mean, it's you say sometimes you build out the best panels. I mean, it's just example right here, Dave. It's just the example right here. It's just going to be world class tonight. Probably might get a bit hefty at times, get shaky at times, but it's all going to be really good crack at the end of the day, David. It's going to be beautiful to watch.
No, it definitely is. Look, all the stars have aligned at once today. Marcelo and Alex available on the same day. And look, myself proclaimed Mr. Box Office. Alex, how are you keeping, my man?
Hello, guys. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one today, isn't it? Really. Oh, Marcelo's just going over the top of the sunglasses, though, man. What are you doing, man? Honestly.
Baby! Conte in!
Oh, he's already winning the mental games, Alex. He's already winning the mental games.
Honestly, have we won a trophy or something? Have we won a trophy? Or if we won the Premier League?
Baby.
We're just the best managers in world football.
Have we won a Premier League already? Because the way that we're acting, it's like we've won something.
It's not
already.
Tottenham Hotspur, it's Tottenham Donspur, baby. It's Italy. We're back.
And look, Marcelo, I presume we're going to see a lot more of you around now that you have something you can get behind and believe in again, my man. How are you keeping?
Oh, man, I'm not going to lie, David. You know it. It's been a rough 3 months. I would still watch the games, but I can't lie. I was depressed as hell under Nuno. I mean, it was hard watching that Spurs team. Some of the hardest I've seen, and just seeing a manager out of his depth. No offense to the guy. I'm sure he's a good guy. He seemed like he meant well, but he's simply not good enough. This is a big club, and you need big managers, and it shows why you need big managers. Even under Mourinho, it got bad, but we had some good times under Mourinho. Under Nuno, it was just utter misery, man. Utter misery. And hopefully now that we got the Don, the Italian Don, we're going to bring back some of that spice and flair into N17, baby.
No, I definitely hope so. Look, it's great to have you back on the channel, Marcelo. I have to say, I'll be honest with you. I think on a weekly basis, I get asked, where's Marcelo? Where's Marcelo? Look, the guy has been busy. He's working out. He's working as well. But look, when he can, he always comes to make an appearance for the Harris Army, and you have to respect that. You have to respect that. But look, guys, let's go on, Marcelo. What are you going to say?
No,
No worries. Look, let's welcome in some of the Harris Army. Let's see who we've got in the building to join us today. We have Jeffrey Tofield. He says, love your show, lads. You talk with passion for our club. Regards, Jeff from South Africa. Big up, Jeff, my man. Big up all the Spurs of South Africa. Dermot's in the house. We all on the Conte and Paratici train. Next stop, League Cup and UEFA Conference League. We won a battle, but the war goes on. Hashtag Levy out, Enoch out. Big up Marcelo and Alex. Big yourself up, Dermot. Dark Sun G's in the house. Big up Dark Sun G. Says, come on, you Spurs. Looking forward to Conte's passion on the sideline. Ever since Paratici came, we became rootless. Counselling Bobo contract and now sacking Nuno for Conte. I love it, Dark Sun G. You're on the ball, my man. Mr. Edwardson says, hi, David and Jack. Big up, Mr. Edwardson. Adam's in the building. He says, I haven't felt this excited as a Spurs fan in ages. Come on, you Harris Army. Come on, you Flat Cap Army. Big up, Adam. Shamu's in the house. Says, come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Flat Cap Army. Come on, you Harris Army. Let's go, Conte. Antonio Conte. Big yourself up, Shamu. Hope things are well, brother. We have Chris in the house. He says, evening all. Big up, Chris. We also have Spurs 72. Says, United are 2-1 down. Evening all. Big up, Spurs 72. Hope you're keeping well. We have the regular in the house. Big up the regular. He says, the most excited I've been in a long time. The Passion at Games is going to be amazing. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Harris Army. Big up the regular. I can't wait to see everyone. It's great to see everybody with smiles back on the faces. I can't deny it. It's just great to see it. And Paro Miguel Escobardo says, evening fam, Conte equals all smiles in training. He will read the riot act soon. Come on, you Harris Army. Come on, you Flat Cap Army. Come on, you Spurs.
Big up, Paro Miguel.
Win, my man. And we have a lot of questions to get to today as well regarding a lot of topics that we've picked out. Old Soul 53 says, big up, lads and ladies. The missus made pasta and tiramisu. Aviva Conte. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Harris Army. Old Soul eats like a king. Eat plum tarts, apple tarts, crumbles, everything. Eats like a king. Big up, Old Soul.
Lucky man.
Come on, you Spurs. Hi, Jack and David. Hope you were doing well and big yourself up, legends.
Big up, Coys. Big fan, Coys is. Big up.
Davy Duval. Love the name, lad. Love the name. Absolutely buzzing. Big yourself up.
We all are, baby. We all are.
We definitely are. Right work. Celebration.
The right party.
Come on. Exactly. Celebration time.
Come on.
That's what we're doing, my man. Cuba 99's in the house. Big yourself up. I'm not even going to attempt to make an ass.
Buonasera, la media famiglia Spurs. I think that's what it is. Cuba 99, big yourself up.
A great call in yesterday, by the way, on the fan show. Brilliant,
class.
Man. Carl Simpson says, evening lads, I am buzzing and got no work done today and looks like Kessie could be coming as well. I've seen that. Exciting times. Ribsy85 says, I wish Sissoko was still here so I'd get the satisfaction of watching Conte do his nuts, screaming at him to run. Couldn't agree more, Ribsy. Will McKenzie says, rootless Spurs to be. Exactly, my man. Golden Cox in the house. Kaniki asked me with Alex and Marcelo, and we thought we were already being spoilt enough. I'm telling you, lad. I'm telling you. Tommy Blanche, come on, you Spurs. If Conte is here, Spurs are buzzing. Opponents are salty as fuck, and I'm loving every second. Bella, come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Harris Army. Come on, you Flat Cap Army. Big yourself up. We have Big Papa. He also says Conte is the right manager to usher in a new era for Spurs, a winning era. 100%, my man. Jem Mehmet says, look at you all smiling, about time as well. Exactly, my man. Seb's in the house. Big up David Jack and the Conte Army. Watch him. Big yourself up, my man. Big up Tommy G. I hope you're keeping well. We have Zoe says, big up, lads. Hope you've been feasting on Italian meals. What a time to be a Spurs fan. Come on, you Spurs. It is. It's a great time. So we have Leon says, evening, lads. Big up, Leon. We have David. He says, oh, boy, it's Alex. Dylan Thomas is in the house. Conte Partiro. Big yourself up. Phil is in the house. Letiz is in the house, in the happy house. Big up, Letiz. Hope you're keeping well. Govan says, lads, I'm worried that if United sack Ollie at any point, they try to convince Conte to join them and therefore step down from the Spurs job. Do you see that happening? No, my man. No. He's here for 18 months.
I think that would be a huge breach of the contract. He'd probably be paying us at that rate if that were to happen.
We have Joe Grimes says the big guns are out tonight. Yeah, they are locked and loaded, my man. Dark Sun G with the super chat. He says, hey, Marcelo, it's great to see you positive. Davey, hopefully you change that intro soon. Marcelo, what do you want to say, Dark Sun G? I know he's been missing you.
Listen, I love that intro, by the way. I was rocking out to it. You had me doing the Griezmann celebration, bro. You know what I mean? But, big up Dark Sun G. I appreciate it. Appreciate the support. And, you've been with us since the beginning, the OG, man. So thank you for tuning in the stream.
Big up, Dark Sun G. Don't worry, I'll get Conte on the intro, my man. Do not worry about that. We have Jay Vaishdom in the house. Is Alex on another rant to say Delhi should be a main striker? We'll wait and see, my man. We'll wait and see. Sue Smith, it's good to see you.
Good to see you back, Sue.
It's good to see Marcelo.
Long time
we have Mark. He says it's a roller coaster being a Tottenham Hotspur fan. Shit was 72 hours. The depths of despair on Saturday and Tuesday. We have a manager that's going to do great things. Exactly, my man. I can feel it, Marky boy. William Kelly says, let's go, Alex. Tell them Paratici is not good enough. Seriously, mate.
Well, it's not done. So let's just say that. But we'll get into it. It's not done.
Yeah,
it's not done. That's over the top. Over the top. Look, Marcelo, you're in dreamland, mate.
I think honestly, William Kelly's on your boat then, Alex. I think he's in your boat. He seems to be, feeling the same way. He's probably not convinced yet.
Well, no, because Marcelo, you're
must be a little ferry boat.
Honestly, well, no, you're in dreamland.
I'm in the cruise ship, baby. Cruise ship.
Okay, well, you said the same thing with Mourinho, mate. You had the same thing with Mourinho.
We'll get into it when the Paratici question rolls around, lads. So we will. But look, William. William, he's a Don, man. He's a Don, and we'll tell you why when the
He's
question
not a
rolls around.
Don. He's not a Don.
We'll
It's
tell you why.
rubbish.
We'll tell you why.
Unfortunately, he is.
Have we won the Premier League, mate? No, we
Unfortunately
haven't.
for you,
So
yes.
he's not a Don. Let's move on.
Look, we'll keep plowing on and then we'll get into the questions. But as you can see, they're fired up already. We have Zanuska Ramchunder says, evening, guys. Big up, Zanuska. Hope things are well with you. We have William McKenzie in the house as well. Big up, William McKenzie. Keep it fair, but he's got respect for all. No, it's all fair. It's a Kaniki answer me, my man. It's a Kaniki answer me. It's all opinions. Tel says, all Alex is going to do is express his love for Winks and Davies. Might even show everyone their posters on his bedroom wall. Big up, Tez. Big up, Tez. Dark Sun G says, Alex, I expect your favourites are going to be erased by Conte. If they end up leaving in Jan, will you still support Spurs?
No, come on
The
now.
most silliest question ever. The most silliest question ever. But anyway, it's all banter, isn't it? You know what I mean?
He's only bantering you. He's only having a
laugh. I know. But the most silliest question ever. Good one, though. But nice try. Nice try. Thanks for the super chat, though, mate, Dan Sunji. And thanks for your support for David as well, by the way, mate. But other than that, you got to do a little bit better than mate, though.
I mean, you at least got to answer the question, right? Like
you got to confirm.
It
seems like you
I
haven't
don't need to
answer.
confirm anything, Bob. I don't need to confirm anything.
Look, Alex,
I don't need to confirm anything because I don't need to prove anything because I give my money every single time I go to the stadium. So that's just proof of anything.
Maybe because Winks and Davies are still there. That's what I guess he's saying. Dark Sun G, I would say, he's a fan no matter what. He's been there. He's been a fan before Winks and Davies. He's been a fan before Winks and Davies.
Big up Dark Sun G, though. Big up Dark Sun G. Really appreciate support for him. He did get a giggle out of me, to be fair. Marek Anthony says, big up, guys. Big up, Marek. Still Carl says, come on, you Spurs. Who else we got? Jason Fox. He says, let's go, Conte. Let's go. Exactly. I'm loving it. Stranger 2205. Evening, lads. All hail King Conte. That's what I'm talking about, my man. Tim Man 007. All together, boys. Antonio. Antonio. Come on, Alex. Come on, Alex. Big up Tim Man 007. Absolutely love it. Big yourself up, my man. Let's see who else we've got in the house. We've got Mr. Nick. Big yourself up. Jack McGrath. Roland O'Donnell. Big yourself up. Emily Dunn's in the house telling everyone to subscribe and smash that like. The big push to 5K is on before the year anniversary is up. Let's see if we can get there. Uchechi Ndukwe says, greetings, chaps. Greetings. Big yourself up, my man. I hope things are well.
Great name.
James Kingsnorth is in. Easy Yids. Keep positive and keep it Tottenham, of course, my man. Always, always. Galini, the rap god, is in the house. Big yourself up. Who else have we got here? David is in the house. He says, Alex, where are those beautiful teeth at? He wants to see you smile, my man.
Come on, give us a smile.
I'm fine, mate. But you might see me smile later. But don't worry, mate. We haven't even got into it yet. Because I haven't bantered this guy on the left of me.
Another 2 minutes, and we will get into it. Another 2 minutes. They just want to be let off the leash.
Come on.
Mr. Nick is in the house. But big up, David. You know, Alex, don't worry, we'll get him smiling by the end of it. He always comes off here positive. He always comes off here laughing.
Thank you for your support, though, mate. That's all I can say for
big
David.
Up, my football predictions, big yourself up. Jeffney Studney's in the house. Ben Kaufman, great call in last night, my man. Big yourself up.
Class.
The Spurs fan says title next season, and Conte will get a do-re-mi to spend and plenty. Jack, do you know what that means?
Do-re-mi, maybe? A do-re-mi?
Do-re-mi. Oh, yeah,
That's a
do-re-mi.
bit over the top. I think you're going a bit too far right now. He hasn't even got into the job yet. For goodness sake, it's not even a trophy yet. You think that Conte's a trophy, not actual trophy.
But look, you know, Tommy, do not worry, my man. Do not worry. Look, Conte, he's going to deliver. I just get that feeling, you know, he's a no-nonsense manager. It's what Tottenham need to put us back in the big time and put us there for a long time, my man. But big up, man. I'm absolutely delighted he's in. Official Sile's in the house. Big up Official Sile. Galini, Romero, Rodin, Sanchez, Rayon, and Regulon. That's who he's gone. As the back line, I would throw Tanganga in there instead of Sanchez, my man. And I'd be absolutely happy. But big up Official Sile. Big up. We have Joel Hammer.
To be fair, to kind of disagree with you there, David, Sanchez did have some of his best seasons on a back three, especially with Pochettino. I know Alex would be happy of that, because he's a big fan of Sanchez. But I have to agree with Alex. You know, in the back three, he can he can be a pretty good defender.
I have a soft spot for Sanchez too sometimes, actually, more than I do.
I don't think. I think you lot will have a very rude awakening. What happens with Conte? I think the players that you think are going to be are going to be the ones that you think are going to be in the team are not going to be in the team. Just by listening to Lukaku, just summed it all up for me. But we'll get into it.
So Winks and Davies be in the team is what Alex is saying. Cuba 99
They got the official style though.
I didn't say that. That wasn't my words, by the way, David. Don't misquote me there, David.
As long as we win, I don't care who we put. As long as we win, all I know
Marcelo,
is we know us fans. We won't win with them in the team. It's been proven time and time again. But Cuba 99 says the kidneys are still. The quadruple is still on. Big up, Kuva.
Quadruple.
The triple, man. I'm going for the triple. I'm going for the FA Cup, League Cup, and the Europa Conference League. That's what I'm going for, Kuva. But big yourself up, brother. William Kelly says, no, Jack, I'm not Paratici, mate. He is like God.
He's not.
I misquoted you, William Kelly. I misquoted you.
What the hell is this going on now?
He's not actually William Kelly. Just to answer William Kelly. Just to answer William Kelly, he's not a Don, he's a Dio, which basically translates to he is a god. I believe in the Italian language. He's a Dio. He's from the heavens. He's actually been made from the greatest directors of football of all time, made from the Adam and Eve. He's just the greatest of all time. William Kelly, big yourself up.
Big up, William Kelly.
Sorry to misquote you, William Kelly. I don't want to misquote you. That was my bad. That's on me, William Kelly.
He's not that. I can't say the word because that's not right.
Official sale is he's gone with his midfield now. He's gone with Højbjerg, Skip, Son, Gill, and Kane. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I think it could be a toss up between Gill and Lucas for that spot, but we'll wait and see what happens. Official sale. But I think Højbjerg and Skip are probably nailed on, I would say, to play. They're Conte sort of players. So they are. B. Harris says Marcelo's looking smooth in the shades, and all he's missing is the piano. Big up, hope you're keeping well. Is this one of your other profiles? You're usually on the other one. What's the story? But big up. Hope you enjoy the car tomorrow. Tottenham Tantrum says, Alex, I respect your opinion, but Paratici is Don. Conte is the bigger Don. Alex, you can say goodbye to Winks, Deli, Sanchez, Davies, Doherty, and Dyer. Come on, you Harris Army. Come on, you Flat Cap Army.
I respect your opinion. Don't agree with it, though. Don't agree with it at all. I think you're going to be surprised what happens because I don't think that's going to actually happen, mate. I don't think that's actually going to happen. So, but we'll see who's right. And that's it. I was wrong about Romero. I apologize to Mari about that because he was really defending him. So, and he was definitely wrong. I was definitely wrong about Romero because he's world class. I've seen it 3 games now, for real, and he's world class.
Yeah, no,
undoubtedly better than Varane because Varane didn't impress me at all.
No.
On Saturday.
Screw Varane. Anyway, he's not on our team. But Dermot, look, I'd say at least 3 of them would probably be gone, my man. I'm betting probably Deli.
Davis is not going though. Davis is not going.
Dyer, I would say.
Davis is not going.
We'll get on to that in a while, but big up, Dermot, my man. Really appreciate the support, brother. William Kelly says, Alex, you got one of the best mugs I've ever seen. Smile more, mate. It really suits you.
Mate, I'm always trying to get be as best I can, mate. You know what I mean? Just because I'm honest doesn't mean that it doesn't really matter anyway. I'm always going to be honest about my team. I'll be positive about England. I'll be positive about internationals in England because that's different. But Tottenham, I've been a Tottenham fan for a very, very long time, seen lots of disappointments. So as far as I'm... When
we win something, you'll be happy.
He's just saying smiling suits you, William Kelly. He says smiling suits you.
If I see Tottenham win just a Carabao Cup, it's like I've seen it before. It'll be nice.
Yeah.
I've seen it before.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. But William Kelly, do not worry. We'll have him absolutely buzzing. He'll be running through his brick wall there behind him after the, singing Conte. I can guarantee you that. But big up, William Kelly. I hope you're keeping well, brother. It's good to see you in flying form, by the way, William. And he also says, we want trophies. That we do, William. That we do, my man. Big yourself up. We definitely want some trophies. But look, guys, first of all, make sure everyone smash that like button. Everyone smash that subscribe button if you are new. And look, guys, get your super chats in. Sometimes the chat gets hot and heavy. Basically, it just means you skip to the very top of the queue. We'll get straight to it. Usually they're good talking points as well. And, it's just a great way to support me and Jack on the journey. Look, we don't have any big wigs behind us, like I keep saying. It's just us. We do everything, absolutely everything. We put a lot of time and effort into it. It's just a great way to support them. And you should do it with all YouTubers, to be fair. Yeah, everyone puts in a lot of effort, if you ever have it. But don't worry. I know there's people out there that don't. I know, especially Wednesdays, a day or two before payday. Do not worry. I know it's tight. So don't worry. I will do my best to bring everybody's comment up on the screen, so that everyone gets a fair crack. Do not worry about that. But look, Jack, I'm going to wish you the best of luck. It's going to be a very hard panel to manage now this evening. But start dishing out the questions, my man. Start dishing them out.
The first one is, David, though, I'm going to have to confirm the move, the news. Antonio Conte has been officially appointed as the Tottenham Hotspur new head coach until 2023, ladies and gentlemen, with an option to extend after that 2023 contract ends up. Antonio's quotes upon arrival, guys, before I get your initial thoughts on him, he says, "I'm extremely happy to return to coaching and to do so at a Premier League club that has the ambition to be a protagonist again," Conte said. Tottenham Hotspur has the state-of-the-art facilities and one of the best stadiums in the world, he says. "I can't wait to start working to convey to the team and the fans the passion, the mentality, and the determination that has always distinguished me as a player and as a coach. Last summer, our union did not happen because the end of my relationship with Inter was still too recent and emotionally too involved with the end of the season. So I felt that it wasn't yet the right time to return to coaching." Basically, that's in reference to why he didn't join the first time around. But the contagious enthusiasm and determination of Daniel Levy in wanting to entrust me with this task has had already hit the mark, that now that I've had the opportunity has returned. I've chosen to take it with great conviction. Guys, I'm going to go to Alex first because he's been waiting. Just be kind to him. Just be a gentleman about it. Alex, just want to get your initial thoughts. Like when you saw that Antonio Conte came into the building, when you heard that the news were confirmed, what was your initial reaction? Was it, not, huge reaction like maybe the rest of us? Was it just kind of like, all right, this is the step in the right direction? How do you feel about it? Just your initial reaction.
Streaming.
Well, initial reaction, I didn't have really initial reaction because I knew from yesterday that he was going to be manager. I knew straight away he was going to be manager.
So what? I mean, did a stiffy come up, Alex? Like that's my basic. I'm asking. What was the initial response?
I just initially I just thought a little bit of relief, but at the same time I felt that it was expected because we had no choice. I think Alistair Gold kind of summed it all up. I just need to reference somebody. Someone made a comment saying that don't lower the tone. I think it was Mark. Not disrespect, but it's opinion. You know what I mean? We're here to make opinions. I'm not gonna say the same thing that everybody else is saying because there's no point in me being it otherwise.
Stick to the
question. What I mean? So, but no, just to respond to someone's comment because I just thought that was just like
there are 230 people in that house.
I just saw that and I just thought, okay, you know what I mean? But just want to just say that because I'm gonna just come from what I'm saying and that's it. And from my opinion, I would say that like I said, they had no choice. They had no choice.
They had no choice but to hire a strong manager, is what you're saying?
Well, they had no choice because with what's happened, and it seems from what the outset was, I thought it was initially Daniel Levy that let him go, Nuno, and that would have been that would have undermined Paratici. But it seems that it was Paratici that, well, it was Paratici because that's how you say it, Paratici. Paratici made the decision to sack him. He was the man that sacked him, basically. So, really, the only option we had was Conte, but it seems that Conte people came to him as well. Initially, gave a signal saying that they're still interested in stuff as well. So, this has to work. This is really has to work for Tottenham because there will be major implications if it doesn't work. By the fact that I think Paratici will leave, Conte obviously will leave, and that will put us in a very bad position. So really, it's really the chickens have come home to roost, that they say. Hopefully that doesn't offend anybody, by the way. But that's the way I look at it anyway.
Sounds like you woke up with less of a stiffy than the rest of us, but we'll get on to maybe your original reactions. Marcelo,
I wouldn't say that. I don't.
It's just initial reactions, Alex. I'm just getting your initial reactions.
Yeah.
We'll get into it later. Marcelo, how did you wake up Monday morning? Come on.
Listen, when I woke up Monday morning, I heard the message that Nuno was sleeping with the fishes and that Don Paratici gave Conte a contract he couldn't refuse. I woke up with the biggest hard on in my life, bro. I swear to God, it was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I thought the whole Conte, I was like, this is BS. This is just another, I didn't buy into it. Honestly, when rumors come out, I'm going to stop buying into it, bro, so it comes real. You know what I mean? I think that's how it's just going to happen because I thought it was too good to be true. I thought we're going to have Ryan Mason in charge for, until December, and I thought we're going to get maybe like an Eddie Howe or I don't know, some other guy. But, bro, Don Paratici, he came to save Tottenham. He didn't come in to change Tottenham. He came to save Tottenham, and that's what he just did. He made the right move. He pulled the trigger when needed to be pulled, and he told Daniel Levy, you know what? Enough of this shit. Give me my first choice, or else, I'm jumping ship. That was it, bro. He gave Levy an ultimatum, bro. And, it's just cloud nine for me right now. We got a top manager, and it looks like from the contract, it looks like he is going to be backed because I doubt it that Conte was going to come without backing because he's not a manager that's desperate. And two, it looks like from the news reported that him and Paratici have a game plan. They have a, promise to get Antonio Conte players in January. So we're looking at a completely different squad by January. We're looking at a completely new Tottenham, probably. And it's exciting times, man.
It is exciting times.
I don't know how you can't be excited as a Spurs fan right now. We're back, baby. We're back.
The boys are back. The boys
Italian
are back.
Stallion.
The Italian Stallion is back. David, I'm pretty sure I've gotten your thoughts. I'm pretty sure you've given your initial reactions. If you want to give them, you certainly can. But I also could just give you the honor and privilege of answering the first question of the evening. Which one would you rather have?
Give me the honor of going for the first question. Everybody knows my thoughts by now. I'm absolutely buzzing. Absolutely buzzing.
So, David, the first question, it is a hot and heavy one. Would we have been able to even sign Antonio Conte without Fabio Paratici at the helm?
No, we just simply wouldn't. It's that obvious. Look, what we would have signed. We had Ryan Mason in for a reason, didn't we? For so long, So look, at the end of the day, you look at Steve Hitchens' track record and stuff like that in signing players. He brought in a Jose Mourinho, and then he wanted him to work with Joe Hart, Matt Doherty, and Ryan Sessegnon. Who else did he bring in that shot?
Joe Rodon.
Who?
Joe Rodon, Vinicius,
Jack Clark.
Rodon, Vinicius, Jack Clark. He's brought all these players in for a manager of Jose Mourinho's caliber to try and work with. It's absolutely shocking. At the end of the day, Paratici has that Italian connection, and basically what he's pulled off is the Italian job, Jacko. Look, there's no doubt, I have no doubt in my mind that he did actually approach Conte, and what Conte said today is true. But look, because he had a connection with Inter, he was very happy at Inter, he was very content. Yeah, he had everything he wanted. He had full control, he had full say over transfers and that, and then it just went bust because of money. But look, he got his head right, and as soon as Paratici, stormed off against Man United after Cavani goal, he shows all the passion that we want as Spurs fans. He embodies us in a way, and then straight on the phone to Conte, it's just like, look, are you ready now? We need you to come in and save us, and look, at the end of the day, I genuinely believe Conte wouldn't have even came to the table with Daniel Levy if Paratici wasn't here. Paratici has them connections. That's why he was brought in. And look, I know there's a lot of debate about calling him, whether you can call him Don or not. Couldn't give a crap. Call him God, call him Jesus, call him whatever you want. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he'll always be Don Paratici to me, because at the end of the day, he was in there cooking up a lovely pizza and spaghetti bolognese for us all yesterday, dished it out for lunch, along with an announcement that Conte has signed for Tottenham Hotspur. What more do you want? Look, without this guy's connections, we wouldn't even have the window we had with getting so many players out. I don't care what anyone says. I think we will look back on this window and say he did get the signings right. Gil will become a quality player for Tottenham Hotspur. Romero's already world class. 55 million, absolutely unbelievable. Galini, I'm not sold. But you know what? I think Conte
It's
might
alone.
I think Conte might like him because he plays with his feet. So I think he might do well under Conte. You're looking at Emerson Royale. I think he's been a good signing. To be fair, I know a lot of people are questioning maybe a bit defensively in that, but trust me, I've seen this guy play. I've been keeping an eye on him for about a year or two before he even joined Tottenham. He's a very good player, you know. And once I actually think he's going to thrive in the right wing back role under Conte. He's going to be allowed to get forward a lot more. He's going to cause a hell of a lot more problems. And also, he has that extra bit of protection as a centre back, which should give him more time to get back. Because with Nuno, look, you know, you're asking him to blast forward, but you're not really providing any cover for him. You know what I mean? So it's easy to kind of get caught out. But look, he's been thrown straight into the deep end and he's done well. And I just think Paratici has pulled a master stroke in the market. I think the signings were probably always within view of maybe getting Conte in eventually. I think, you know, even they knew, us fans knew, as much as we want to give Nuno a chance, it was never, ever going to be a long-term solution. And you know what I mean? I just think, you know, because they work together at Juventus, we have to remember that. If he didn't have that connection with him, he just simply wouldn't be a manager at Tottenham Hotspur right now. He just simply wouldn't.
Hey, man.
Simply wouldn't, Dave. Absolutely right. And honestly, that's a fantastic way to start things off. I'm going to go to Alex next, then finish it off with Marcelo. Marcelo's just going to give the nice smooth layer to this end of the question. But I do want to get through these super chats first. And it is Mark with a great one here saying, Alex, just wanted you to go with the mood, mate. But I get your pragmatism. Big up to you, mate. He's recognizing, he's respecting you, Alex. He's saying, you know, he likes that you stand by your opinions. He likes that you stand by your opinions.
Yes, it's the same Mark. No, it's not having a go at you, Mark. By the way, I've seen you, and you know, it's good to see more Spurs fans on here and giving their own opinion. So it wasn't having a go. I'm just saying that, you know, everybody's got different opinions, and that's it. And I see your point. I see your point. Everybody's got everyone comes different way. I'm happy that he's here, and like I said, it's a bit of a relief. However, I'm going into this knowing that we had no choice. It's a desperate move. If we want to look at it, it's a desperate move, Conte. Now, if it doesn't, it has to work, like I said, and I'm just being completely honest with you.
It's not a bad move for a desperate move, though, Alex, is it, to be fair?
It's not a bad move, but I think everybody's going over the top like we've won a trophy already, and we haven't. There's a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
I mean, I think I did a stream which I was just testing out StreamYard basically, and I put the question out there. We have appointed Conte. However, has anything changed? I don't think so, because there's still the same squad.
Well, I mean,
there are some good players there. There are some good players there. However, there's a lot of work to do, and I don't think the players that you think. I think Kane's going to have a bit of a rude awakening. Let's be honest here, because you listen to Lukaku, he was his top man, and he had he gave him a rollicking in front of everybody, and he was the top striker. So if Kane doesn't do anything, and there's an interesting thing that Alistair Cole pointed out on Saturday, Højbjerg was having a go at Kane because he wasn't putting the effort in.
Who knows, Alex? I think all will be repaired, but I think what Mark is just saying here, though, is that he's recognizing your pragmatism.
Yeah. No,
he's recognizing, he's just respecting the fact that, we kind of all maybe are kind of in a bubble in the way that our opinions are, and you stand by your truth. You stand by yourself, and that's all that he's recognizing.
I've just addressed him, but that's fine.
Williams, though, I think
it's not down in opinions because everyone has one. We can
Let's not get bogged
down on it. Let's keep moving.
I bigged him up. That's the thing.
I know that.
Nice of you.
Yeah, but
Very
I'm just saying that I'm just giving my opinion on what the whole thing with Kane and Højbjerg, because that has been pointed out already, that he will not get an easy ride with Conte, even though
it starts scoring again.
Yeah, well, even though he is admired by Conte, so I think, like I said, that every single player has to make the effort. Okay. From now on, because if they're not making the effort, they're out the team, and that's why I'm saying your favourites that you think are going to be in that team, the starting lineup, may not be in the starting lineup. There might be people that you might not think are going to be.
No, we know that.
We get it, Alex, and he was just he's just respecting you. That's all it was, you know.
No. But I'm just enhancing what I'm trying to say there.
I got you.
Yeah.
Kev Williams just saying though here, he says with another super chat saying, "Hi lads, I didn't sleep last night. I'm still buzzing." Kev Williams, it's probably because you were like me, had a bit too much of the grappa, last night, which someone else said is the devil stuff, which I kind of agree. Probably explains a lot of the hangovers of past. So I would just say maybe stick to the Peronis. You have a much nicer sleep, Kev. Pick yourself up, Kev Williams. William Kelling saying Vlahovic and plenty of others are coming in January. Done deals already. Woohoo! We're back, baby, is what William Kelly is saying. Honestly,
he meant to say Kessie.
Kessy's already pretty much a done deal.
That's unbelievable. I mean, that's just
ridiculous. If you look at it, we're already in negotiating with him. He's already set.
Let me respond and I want to get just want to respond to my guy William Kelly here. Vlahovic, I told him on Twitter, come home, my son, come home. Your home is here with Spurs, and now he's coming home. I mean, it's just, I speak to the itches. I speak the language of the itches. I am the itch whisperer, and he told me and he listened to me. He said, Jack, don't you worry. Once Conte comes in, I'm coming home. And that's what he did. So, William Kelly, you can thank me to a degree, just to a degree, probably very small percentage, but I am the itch whisperer, just like Shamu in the chat as well, the itch whisperer himself. But big yourself up, William Kelly, big yourself up. Kuva99 saying, let's not get carried away. Save it for when we bring home all the trophies this season. EPL, FA Cup, League Cup, Conference Cup, Ryder Cup, America's Cup, Copa del Rey, Copa del Rey.
What if we lose against Everton, man? Honestly, what if we lose against Everton?
That is quality.
Lana Del Rey Cup is on, boys. The Lana Del Rey Cup is on. It's honestly a bigger cup than the Copa del Rey, I would say, the Lana Del Rey Cup. And then the Nobel Prize. I actually anticipate that after Conte wins probably the quadruplo, like you said, Kuva 99, he might write a Nobel Prize winning book probably, or even a Nobel Prize winning, thesis or something like that, Kuva. So I couldn't agree more. David, anything to say to Kuva?
That's just absolutely quality. I love the way how he got carried away, and each one after was better than the other. That's what I love about Kuva. He's so funny, my man. He cracks me up. Even yesterday when he came on the fan show, I couldn't help but just laugh. I think he's absolutely brilliant the way he conveys his points and everything. But big up Kuva, man. I really appreciate it.
Also, really, thank you for the big one as well, Kuva. Thank you for the big one. Really appreciate it.
What a legend.
He says, sorry, guys, I got so excited to put Kessie in there. Well, I said he got so excited he forgot to put Kessie in there, honestly. I mean, I would get excited too, or William Kelly. I would just say William Kelly as well. I don't even know what to do with myself anymore. I've been working on a Levy budget all the time on these transfers. Now I can get Kessie. Now I can get Vlahovic. It's like I'm probably not even useful anymore at this rate, but big yourself up, William Kelly. Absolutely love it. And he also says, I do think Højbjerg will be gone. Not good enough. That will be an interesting one. You're probably speaking the language of Alex Davies there. Maybe Højbjerg will have a bit of a challenge. Who knows? Maybe, Antonio Conte might not like him. I'd like to think, though, that maybe he might like that mentality of Højbjerg. And who knows? Maybe, Højbjerg might get into the squad just mentality alone. But who knows? I think William Kelly, Alex definitely likes that. I'm sure he actually likes that. But I don't think he is the definition of a Karen. I think you got your definition of Karens mixed up, Johnny. Maybe a different definition of Karen's a bit mixed up.
Karen. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
William Kelly again saying we want trophies. We all want trophies. I know Alex is actually probably wants trophies more than us. That's why he's so pragmatic. And then Dark Sun G finally saying now that Conte is there to see Reggie, Romero. Now the Romero and Reggie goal are going to happen now. He's basically saying they're going to be happening, especially Reggie. I would say just Dark Sun G, a bit of a stat before you outstat me first. Marcos Alonso did have his best scoring season as a left wing back under Antonio Conte. So boom, there it is. Reggie's going to have his best scoring season ever as a player under Conte.
Well, he hasn't been playing the right position. He hasn't been playing the right position.
He's rubbish. He's rubbish.
He's not rubbish. He's not rubbish.
He's average.
I'm going to go to Marcelo now, though.
You represent Ben Davies, bro. You can't talk about.
Oh well, Ben Davies has got.
Ben Davies can't even cross his own feet, let alone.
Please, honestly.
Ben Davies will be brought up later, lads. Just save it for it'd be brilliant though. But Marcelo, we're warming things up here. Just want to ask you: would we have been able to sign Antonio Conte, without Fabio Paratici at the helm?
No. 9. No. I don't know any other way to say no in other languages, but no,
Yet.
absolutely not. Not even close. His connection is incredible, man, and that's why I call him a Don for a reason, because you look at Steve Hitchen, you look at his manager contact list. It's like Steve Bruce, Scotty Parker, and all these names. Then you look at Don Paratici, you got the Contes, the what is it, Allegri's, all these guys, all these Dons that he hires. Like, the guy, he just knows who to contact. He knew he had to pull the trigger. He knew he had to take it by the horns. He knew, we couldn't have Nuno, and that Conte had to come in, and he got him in, and that's why he's the best.
Oh, quick and to the point, Marcelo. That was actually beautiful. I will say, a panelist dream right there. Just didn't even waste a word there. Alex, Fabio Paratici, is he the only reason we could even be considered getting Conte in at this time?
Yeah. Well, yes, that's it, really. I think that's all I can really say. There's really one word answer to that one.
Would Steve Hitchen basically have been able to get him?
No.
There we go.
We go. So that's the only person, and that's it. And I think that's really all I can say on that question.
There we are, then. There we are. I mean, gentlemen, honestly, quite nice of you guys to keep it so short and sweet. Honestly, very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. Faz Radfart saying, "Let's see how our fans chant Paratici name also top man."
Sake.
Oh, if we start chanting his name in the stadium, that would just be brilliant.
Alex can bring in a drum and start singing Paratici's name.
No, man, because he's done nothing yet, man. For goodness' sake, yes, I give him
Antonio Conte in.
Yeah, you got
Romero, one of the best defenders.
For goodness, you got
Romero
in.
He got in the Conference League.
He got Romero in. I calm yourself, Marcelo, mate. You know what I mean? It's not even started yet. You haven't even started the race yet, and you're going on like we've won something already. You haven't done nothing yet.
I'm just
saying, what I mean?
Man.
You know what I mean?
He gave us
until he actually does something like win a trophy that is actually
he can't score like the goals.
FA Cup, FA Cup, a Premier League, get into the Champions League.
I think,
then we can talk about it. But at the moment,
I think the excitement is right. Look, we've been through the doldrums, we've been dragged through the mud, right? We just want to enjoy ourselves for 24 hours before the games start rolling around again. I agree with you. Like, maybe we are getting carried away, but allow it for 24 hours, my man. Allow it.
That's like living for the moment, like we always say, isn't it? Living for the moment. Living for the moment. It's like going on holiday, getting married. That's living for the moment.
We're in the honeymoon period, though, Alex. We're in the honeymoon period. What do you mean?
You know what I mean? It's like, what's that all about? I don't need to live for the moment. I'm living for the moment already. Now I'm going to talk about really the real thing right now, bro.
Alex, you're telling me if we win the Premier League and we celebrate, you're like, that's living in the moment. What about next season? Like that's what you do as a football fan. You celebrate. If we celebrate a win, are you gonna be like, wait until next week when we face, another team?
Marcelo,
you celebrate
David,
the good things.
What was your actions when Mourinho was in charge? Oh, we got Mourinho. It's Mourinho. We got Mourinho's he's on the trophies and everything else. And then after that, what happened then?
Most successful manager
we
since
got worse. I mean, we
Nothing.
genuinely got worse.
Most successful manager since
we genuinely got worse.
Nothing. Exactly.
Most successful manager since Pochettino.
What are you saying then, bro? It's like you're just getting over the top. You're getting too ahead of yourself. Yes, we've done well, but it was going to always happen.
We had good moments under Mourinho, man. We had good moments. Yes, we did. We had good moments under Mourinho, and I enjoyed every
Did we win anything,
single one of them.
Did we win anything?
Okay, did we win anything under Pochettino?
Do you know why
we're not allowed to enjoy?
We achieved stuff.
We didn't win anything, Alex, because the Don wasn't in charge to bring the players in.
There you go. There you go. As was discussed earlier.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But we had a good DM. We had a good director of football before. I forgot his name now.
Steve Hitchens, Paul Mitchell.
Paul Mitchell. We had Paul Mitchell. So Paul Mitchell's getting in the signings then, weren't he? And there were good signings as well.
But he left because of Levy, and then Steve Hitchen was the one that basically practically forced out Pochettino.
I totally agree.
Well, look, Alex, you can help answer the super chat here from Jerome. Alex, Jack, do you want to go with it?
Yes, thank you, David. Jerome saying, and to you, Alex, this is, I want you to help me out with this one. He says, "Evening, boys. To my man, Alex, what are your views about Conte, and where do you see Spurs finishing this season? You were right that with Nuno, would have finished 10th at best." Two-part answer for you, Alex. Where do you see us finishing this season with Conte at the helm? And then also the second question, Alex, so you could save time for that. He feels like you were right about maybe how Nuno was going to go down. What would you say? Where are we going to finish with Conte this season first?
He says what my views on Conte is. I think it's an absolute brilliant acquisition. I'm not saying that it's not a brilliant acquisition at all. And in a little bit of me is getting really excited. However, I want to see how it plays out still, because there's a lot of questions still to be answered at the moment still.
Yep.
Because like I said with the stream that I did, unfortunately it's not there because I've it's just testing out StreamYard, but it was just about we have appointed Conte, but has anything changed? And really, to be honest with you, nothing's really changed. The same people in the same squad. It's the same squad of people. So at the moment, it's just dependent on what we can do. Now, he can change that squad by the fact that he will get the fitness up, because if you're not fit, you're not going to be in the team. It's quite clear. If you're not doing what he wants, you're not going to be in the team. So for me, it's a brilliant acquisition for us. We just need to wait and see what happens and see who steps up and who doesn't. And if they don't step up, they're not going to be in the team and they'll be out the door. But
based on what's here now, where do you think we're going to finish?
I think at the moment, the maximum I would expect would be 5th at the moment. I don't. Yeah. I for the reasons that I've always stated about top 4. I don't think we're going to get top 4, and you know why I said that. I'm not going to repeat myself. Yeah. People have heard what I've said about top 4.
Yeah.
Okay. I think what we can achieve though is at least a trophy, whether that's the Carabao Cup or the Conference League. I don't know. I would like to think.
FA Cup?
I would like to think we've got a very good opportunity to win the FA Cup, and that would be a big achievement. Because I regret saying I'd rather have had top 4 with Mourinho, but the only reason why I said top 4 with Mourinho is because we sacked Pochettino for top 4. That was the reason. So, and there was other
great
reasons
answer,
as well.
Alex. Great answer.
So, but for me, after watching Leicester winning that FA Cup,
you're going way off point here, Alex. You're going way off point, my man.
I'm not.
We're talking about Leicester here. He asked you where we're going to finish.
No, I'm just saying why I'm saying the FA Cup. I'm saying why we want to win I wanted them to win the FA Cup. After seeing Leicester win the FA Cup, that's why and being gutted on that. I want to see Tottenham do that. That's what I want to see. That's why I'm mentioning Leicester. So I'm not going way off point, David.
I mean, but thank you for your honest answer, though, Alex. We got there eventually, but appreciate that super chat as well, Jerome. Honestly, very, very nice one. Very, very nice one, Jerome, as well. And also, he also is respecting you, Alex. He said you called the Nuno part all along. So, Jerome, there are a lot of praisers of yourself, Alex, in the chat tonight. Kuva99, though, big yourself up, Jerome.
I mean, not to take anything away from Alex, but a blind man could see Nuno was going to get sacked.
Yeah. Honestly, well, I said already that I didn't want. I didn't want Nuno. No one wanted.
I don't think
Nuno.
Anybody wanted Nuno at the end of the night.
But
Kuva99 saying, "Sorry, lads, I forgot to add." Yeah, baby. Woo! Do that as well. Honestly, yeah, Kuva99, we accept that typo. Big yourself up, my mate. Big yourself up. Absolutely well said. Absolutely. Dark Sun G saying, "Hey, Alex, if Reggie is average, Davies is nothing. You can't say Davies is better than Reggie because of national call up. I don't know any other left backs for Wales. Do you?"
Okay, let me just repeat what I'm trying to say with this one. Reguilon is not good enough at the moment for us. At the moment, he's not playing well. He's average compared to some of the left backs, and I'm not comparing to Davies because if you look at him attacking wise, yeah, there is definitely more with Reggie than Davis. He
Even
struggles because of the pace.
Defensive stats are
But
better
defensively, he's not that bad. I mean, he has made some bad mistakes.
He's
I will
literally
say
led
that,
more
definitely.
goal errors.
But I'm comparing Reguilon to other left backs in the Premier League, and for me, he's not performing any better than any of those top left backs for me. Okay,
so you suggest buying a new left back?
But you can't.
I'm
not being funny, Alex. You can't not compare him to Ben Davies because you know Ben Davies isn't better than Reguilon. Like Ben Davies is the only other left back at the club, so you have to compare him to Ben Davies. He's better than Ben Davies.
I'm making the point though. I'm making the point that if he wants to be one of the best left backs in the Premier League, compete with those left back, he's not doing that.
I can agree with that.
He's not consistent enough.
Well, to be fair, don't you think?
I think he lives off. I think he takes it for granted that he thinks, well, I'm better than Davis at the moment, and Davis is not doing as much as he should be doing. Even though I think people are still harsh with him because I think he's going to be a good.
Okay, Alex. No. Let me ask you this. Don't you think that maybe because you saw Reguilon, he had a fantastic season under Sevilla. He looked like one of the top left backs in the league. They played a 3 at the back, and he played as a left wing back. You know Conte is going to play 3 at the back, and he's going to use Reggie as a left wing back. Don't you think under Conte, he has a very good chance at showing us what he can actually do?
Yeah, probably, yeah. But he has to step up. He's going to have to make more. To be fair to him, he had Mourinho going down his net, shouting down his net to defend and be defensive. So that kind of maybe ruined him a little bit. I've got to be honest, because at the beginning of the season, he wasn't that bad. You are right about Seville. He didn't need to come to Tottenham because, he could have got Champions League, could have been Champions League the following year. And he was very, very good from what I heard. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen his clips and stuff. So I haven't seen the way he played and stuff. But from what I'm hearing, he was very, very good. But for me, he's not performing as a great left back as like
because he's been playing the wrong position.
Danny Rose.
I think he's been pretty great this season. I will admit. I think he's been pretty great.
I don't think he's been that bad.
He's been spun a lot of times. He's been spinning a lot of times, unfortunately. And I've been.
That's because.
I mean, but Ben Davies was keeping a 6 feet social distance between him and his defenders all night last game.
As well. Under Nuno, especially for up until maybe the last couple of games, but he was playing on the left hand side. He was asked to bomb on by Nuno, but then he also played Dele on the left hand side of midfield and was asking him to get forward. So of course there's going to be acres of space down that side, and Derek Dyer was going to get exposed because there's no one there. If you're going to ask your left back to bomb forward, you have to have a midfielder to pull back and cover that space. Everyone knows that. It comes down to tactics.
I agree.
Even Trent, when Liverpool started having a lot of injuries and they didn't have the Hendersons and the other midfielders to cover him and cover that space, you saw Trent getting spun. Even the best right backs or right wing backs can't bomb back and down in the wing.
He got ruined in the Champions League, Trent. He got ruined.
You need competent midfielders. If your midfield is losing ball possession, if there is no security in that space that you're giving when you're attacking, your fullback or wing back is going to be left out to dry. I mean that's pretty common. You can't expect a human being to unless he's Roberto Carlos, you can't expect any human being to run up and down the pitch and cover that much ground. It's impossible.
I don't think he's been the best left back for us. I think if you look at it from afar,
well, who's been better?
If you look Rose at his peak, he's better than him.
Well, Rose is finished.
If you see Davis at his peak, I don't think he's that. I don't think he's done any better than him.
You got your answer there.
Hang on, we're going to move the show on, guys, because there's super chats there. I'm going to end up losing them because we won't be able to get to them. So we'll get to them there now. Jacko.
Dark Sun G, big yourself up. Fantastic questions. Always sparking debates as well. Dark Sun G, so big yourself up. William Kelly says, Jack, you're a naughty boy. I'm honestly forgetting what I even said at this rate, William Kelly. So just put it in the comments. Just remind me what I did. I've already said too many naughty things tonight, as well as David, honestly, at this rate. So just, don't put it in a super chat. Just let me know in the comments what I said. And I will, I'll apologize to the Lord, our Savior, Don Paratici after. Jay Taylor saying it's a marathon, not a sprint. Don Paratici, Don Conte, ledges but rough. road to get to the sunshine, but the vision won't happen overnight. Alex, smile. There we go. He's just
that's more sensible. That's a more sensible outlook of it, saying that. Yes.
Well, I don't think
I wouldn't say
anyone
Don
expects
Paratici or
us.
Don Conte, but I think that's a good oversight on that. Definitely.
Yeah, but
I always
Alex,
smile, mate. Thank you very much.
But Alex, let's be real here. I don't think anybody expects Conte to come in and completely change Spurs and win the league. And if they do, they're clueless. But we do expect that if Conte is coming in and that he is going to get backed, because it looks like there is an agreement for him to get backed. And what better manager to back than Antonio Conte? If we back Antonio Conte next season, we 100% are title challengers. I'm telling you. We are 100% title.
And the thing is, Conte was brought in to like, when you bring in a manager of Conte's level, expectations automatically rise. He's expected to do better with the players we have than what a Nuno and that is. He's expected to. It comes with the territory.
I'm cautiously optimistic. That's the way I'm gonna play it. I'm not gonna go over the top at the moment, because we've been here before, and I'm not dismissing that he's a very, very good coach, but at the moment we don't know what's going to happen at all. We just got him in, which I expected after what I saw yesterday. So I wasn't getting any worries at all about it, because I just thought we had to get it done. We had to, and it seems that Conte wanted to come anyway. So yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic, but there's a lot to do still.
That's your catchphrase right there. Cautiously optimistic. That is your catchphrase. You got to stick by that, Alex. That is a great catchphrase.
Big yourself up, Jay.
Big yourself up, Jay. Thank you.
I wasn't having a go at you, David. By the way,
I know.
We know, Alex. We know, Alex.
I wasn't having a go at anybody here.
Dark Sunji saying the difference between Jose and Conte is Jose was a done manager who was on the decline. On the other hand, Conte is at his prime. Dark Sunji, I will wholeheartedly agree with that. That's where I kind of find that the Conte-Jose comparisons, I think they're kind of correct when it comes to the whole mentality, kind of that warrior-like mentality, wanting to get every player behind their message, not taking any BS from any sort of players or whatnot, having also that kind of charisma as well. But I think stylistically, tactically, and everything, they're actually quite different. And that's my belief about it. And I think the difference between Conte and Mourinho is Mourinho, to a degree, was, the brilliant manager that he was a bit back then. And Conte is the brilliant manager that he is in the modern day football. So I think that is the difference. Is Conte is more of the modern man at the end of the day. But big yourself up, Dark Sunji. I think that's a great comment. Ben Kaufman saying the problem with Tottenham in the last 20 years is we keep on saying build for the future. We must think of the now and start winning now. This is what we were hearing all last night, David, on the fan show from Ben Kaufman. It was brilliant. It was just those excellent catchphrases, that excellent efficiency, and as well, honestly, that excellent determination and that need, for the winning mentality, David.
No, it was absolutely brilliant. I have to say, I really love what you have to say, Brock. Great energy. Big up, Ben. I will be in the coffee shop when I get over, my man. And look, I agree. We do need to get buy for the here and now. Look, now's the time to start getting into quality signings. You've got the manager to manage them. You've got the tactician, and not only that, but you've got a leader of men. That's the most important thing about it. He is a leader of men. I love the interview we done with Thierry Henry when he asked him about players maybe not pulling their weight. He says, one thing I won't have is players pissing around on the training ground and stuff like that. And Henry asked why. He says, because you just killed him. He'll just kill them, because the way he sees it is he demands respect, but he'll give you respect. If you disrespect him, you're done. And that's it. And that's the way it should be. We shouldn't be getting in managers, because I firmly believe we got in a Nuno just to butter up Dele Alli and Harry Winks and Davies and butter their balls to try and get better out of them, because Jose was too mean to them. You know what I mean? We shouldn't be bringing in a manager just to give these players confidence. If they want confidence, tell them to stick a picture of their body up on Instagram. You know what I mean? That'll give them confidence. All the women will give them confidence by commenting on it and stuff. You know what I mean? We're talking about football club. We shouldn't be bringing in managers just try and give these players second, third, fourth, fifth chances. We've got a leader of men now. We won't take crap. We're building for the here and now. Big up, Ben, my man. Really appreciate the support, brother.
Big up, Ben. Really big yourself up. David, I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anyone. I think I'm on to the right one here with Aaron. But Aaron says here, a $5 to get Shamu to the Kildare Sheep Safari Fund. We don't want him at Dublin. No, we want him going straight to we want him going straight to Kildare. We want him going to the backcountry roads. Aaron, big yourself up, honestly.
You never know what sicko you'll find about a sheep in the back dark country roads around here, Jacko.
Maybe you might see Shamu back there, Dave. That's what I guess he's saying. We might be seeing Shamu back there with a good old sheep. But big yourself up, Aaron. Big yourself up. That's legendary. Cuba99 saying the only convincing thing from Davies this season was a spontaneous switch to basketball to give away a penalty. The man has fast backcourt violation. Cuba99, my two things on Davies here, and I'm going to rip this from David here. It's just straight out of David's handbook, straight out of David's hymn sheet saying, I do believe Ben Davies actually does get an elevation change or some sort of, nosebleed when he does pass the halfway line, when he gets, too far into the opposition half. Yep. And as well, when he was tracking back, to even at times, to recover, I actually was shocked that was his full sprint. I genuinely thought he was jogging. And then I found out that was his full sprint. I really don't know what to say anymore. The final thing on the way that he defended Ronaldo as well. Apparently that's
made him look like prime Ronaldo.
His full jump. That was his full jump.
But I think that's a bit unfair.
That apparently was his full jump. And I've seen players.
I think. I'm sorry.
Alex, when he defended against Ronaldo, I thought it was 2006. I thought it was 2006 when Ronaldo scored that goal. He looked like he made Ronaldo look 20 years younger, bro. 20 years. I was like, whoa, is this 2006? Ronaldo put him like on the dust trails, bro. What do you mean, no? Did you watch the game?
Yes, I was there.
You think Ben Davies was at fault for that goal?
I don't think. I think the problem was he was in the lineup. Okay, straight away, boom. Everybody's watching his coattails, watching.
Yeah, because we were right to because he ended up
and that's it. And I think unfortunately, he was just the unlucky one. Now,
so are you saying Ben Davies conceded that goal because us fans were slating him before a game?
No. I wasn't saying that. What I was trying to say is, don't misquote me, David. What I'm trying to say is that he, I think it was just unlucky that sense. I mean, it was a good pass going into him. He tried his best. But the thing is, though, Ronaldo was very clever. Very, very clever in that move.
Yeah, exactly. He ran off Ben Davies because he knew he'd get a goal. That's how clever he is.
He ran off Ben Davies because he wasn't getting anything out of Romero, by the way. He was definitely not getting Romero.
The point is, he ran off Ben Davies because he knew he'd score.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So he shouldn't be in the team.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a bit harsh. I think.
What do you mean that's a bit harsh? That's exactly what happened.
I think that's a bit harsh.
He was like, huh?
I think maybe he's a left centre.
Romero is a good defender. Let me find the weakest link. He found the weakest link. That's literally what happened.
Let's keep moving.
Cuba, great debate there, Cuba. Again,
please. I just want to say, I beg you, please. No one mentioned this guy's name again in any comment in the stream because it just sends Alex off. Please
don't. No, I don't send it off. I'm just saying it's a bit harsh. That's all I'm saying.
Let's keep moving. Come on, because
Cuba, great comment though. Great comment. Thank you so much, Cuba, as well. Thank you so much for that fantastic debate, Cuba. Ribsy85 saying this is the difference we can't reconcile, Alex. You don't want to enjoy something because you might be wrong later. A lot of us would prefer to enjoy, wrong or not. I understand you better now. Come on, you Spurs. He's just giving it. Honestly, I don't even understand that, Ribsy. You've honestly gone through over my head there with that philosophy right there. Gone through over my head with that sort of, intuitive kind of, he's almost dissecting Alex, psychologically. He's dissecting Alex psychologically. But I mean, Alex, unless he's got you fully read, Alex, I think he kind of does here. I think he's just realizing, I don't know what to laugh at.
David trying to give the authority figure here, or just laughing at the fact that this super chat here. Thank you for your super chat, by the way, mate. Really good. Thank you, man. That's a good one. That's a good one. I've got to give it to him, man.
He's got him read. He's Alex Davies' psychologist. He's Alex Davies' psychologist.
One thing I will say is, we did promise everyone we'd get Alex smiling, and we've already done it.
I'm always smiling, bro, man. This is I'm just honest, and that's it. But
thank you for the big one, Ribsy.
I love the logic. I love the logic, brother. And then Jerome Jacko, he says, looking at David's face, he's about to strangle Alex. Alex is an old school Spurs fan who was cautious, still entertaining streams.
That's
so
very true, Jerome. That's
by the
very
way,
true.
big up to Jerome, because I know I think he's from the Football Terrace as well. So big up to him, man. But yeah, no, he's not gonna get anywhere out of me, mate. You know what I mean? He's just keep me on the leash because he's trying to be an authority figure because it's his shadow at the moment, mate. Honestly, when he puts a host on deck, Jack, at the moment, watch me and him go at each other right now, bro. Because honestly, he ain't getting the bit out of me, man. Honestly, bro, man.
Jerome, what I will say to you is look, you know, there's the hashtag Alex do your homework is still legendary around these parts.
No, it isn't.
I still see people, you know, hashtag it to this day, you know. But look, I'm not about to strangle Alex. I beg you, no more Ben Davies comments because he just lights up. You know, I've just walked him into a corner, basically proving that Ronaldo goes off Ben Davies because he knows
that is rubbish, David.
Alex still doesn't even know that I've done it to him, but he'll realise when he rewatches the stream. But big yourself up, Jerome. Absolutely appreciate the support. The regular is a new channel member. Big up the regular, my man. I hope things are keeping well with you, brother.
Let's get to the next question then.
Yeah, let's get to the next question and then
Marcelo, I'm going to come to you here. Marcelo, I'm going to come to you. Sorry for keeping you waiting, Marcelo, by the way. Sorry for keeping you waiting. But the next one is, are Levy and Enoch now, Marcelo, showing ambition? And if so, if your answer is yes, Marcelo, why all of a sudden? Like, how has it all of a sudden happened that they're now showing ambition? You know, have they woken up in some sense or form? I mean, obviously, I don't want to predict what you're going to say here, but, you know, if your answer is yes, why all of a sudden have they shown some sort of ambition?
I'm going to give you two flip of the coin of why they're doing this. Mm-hmm. One, it could be that those chants of Levy out, Enoch out that we heard on Saturday really spooked Levy. And it really showed Levy that we need a competent manager and that the expectation at Tottenham is not long-term rebuilds, is not, oh, yeah, we'll be 10th, we'll be mid-table. The expectation after Paratici came of Tottenham is Champions League football and trophies. That is the expectation the fans put. And that is the expectation the fans are now demanding. And I got to say, I am so proud of our fan base for shouting that, for shouting Nuno out, for, you know, saying their voice. Because had they sat there and been doing the same thing that we've been doing for the last 20 years, 21 years, this would have never happened. The fans made this happen. The fans definitely shook Levy. And I think now Levy understands that he is going to have to spend big if he wants to be with the big boys. Now, I'll give you the other coin of why Levy did this. Levy probably felt the pressure. He knew that, you know, his job was at stake, and he just hired Conte just to buy him time. Yeah. That is another possibility. Ease off the pressure. He could have just ease off the pressure, buy Conte, maybe get him, you know, a couple players, hope for top 4, and that's it. That could be another. And it's a very probable, you know, knowing Levy, that's another probable solution. I like to think that he's going with the first one, that he's finally feeling the pressure. He knows he needs to spend, and he knows that he needs to back Conte in order to be with the big boys.
An existential crisis kind of thing. Yeah.
And then he finally wants to prove the Those are the only two coins I see.
No, that's a good answer, man.
That's a fantastic. David, I could come to you, but maybe you want to hear Alex's first. I mean, I know you haven't spoken in a while. Alex, I want to go to you then. I mean, Alex, why all of a sudden do you feel like maybe Enoch and Levy are showing, you know, a bit of ambition? If you don't think they're showing ambition, and maybe it's all kind of some con or something like that, which I think is plenty possible. I'm not saying that isn't the case. But if you do feel like the answer is yes to them maybe showing some sort of ambition, why all of a sudden, Alex, is it happening now?
It's not the showing ambition. They've got no choice in the matter right now because they've got Paratici there. They have Paratici there now. And as I said, he's got a reputation to savour at the moment, Paratici. Like I said, we came to him, not the other way round. So, to me, in my opinion, before I heard the news about him leaving the game, all of a sudden because of that goal that Cavani scored, I felt that this was a bargaining tool for Levy to get Conte in, because he would for Paratici, because basically he's saying to him, "Sorry, mate, I've got a good reputation. I ain't ruining it for your team. I don't need this job. I really do not need this job. I can go somewhere else. So I want Conte. If I don't get Conte, I'm out. I'm done."
I know. I agree. I agree with Alex. In my opinion, so far, ENIC has not shown ambition. Has been Paratici that has shown ambition, and Conte who has shown ambition for wanting to come in and take such a difficult job.
Interesting.
Now, when to see that ENIC is showing ambition, it's going to be all depending on the January transfer window. If they back Conte in a January transfer window, they really get him the players he wants, then we can say Levy has turned it around and that he's shown ambition. So far, for me, I'm with Alex. This is a panic move. This is just their last straw. They threw their last dice. Ambition now is to back him. Back this fucking manager.
If you want my opinion on Paratici properly, I don't think he's the right man for Tottenham. No, but now we've got him in because I think we need someone like a Radnick, and I've spoken about why there are problems there with Radnick. Like like a Paul Mitchell, someone who fits the philosophy that Levy said.
Have Paul Mitchell at one stage?
Pardon?
We not have Paul Mitchell at one stage.
Yeah, I know, but an example of him, example, because he had if you're going on what Daniel Levy said, the last 2 games of the season, Aston Villa, when he said he wants free-flowing, attacking football, pressing football. I don't know the whole statement, but it was around that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You're looking at someone who wants to play that sort of way. So that philosophy. So you're looking at a Marco Vermans. I'm just giving you some examples of director of football that does that.
Yep.
For me, that's not strategy. But he's decided to go down that route. Okay. And it was down to Paratici, this route as well, and the only option we have is Conte. The whole thing with Nuno, it was his man, Paratici. It's whether it was his fourth, third, he always wanted him because he wanted him at Juventus. It just wasn't gonna work, regardless. You know what I mean? So I can't really blame Levy on Nuno because at the end of the day, it was Paratici's choice. He's the one that persuaded him because Tottenham would never have gone near him. But in the end, it was just inevitable that if Conte was available and he was willing to come to Tottenham, it was always inevitable that he was going to come to Tottenham. So it's the best. It's the best thing for Tottenham. It's the best thing for Tottenham.
Great answer from Marcelo and Alex there. Great answer, actually. Joe Grimes is celebrating 8 months, David. Sorry, Joe, we can't really put it up on the StreamYard. For some reason, it doesn't allow us to show it there, so I am going to read it from my phone. Sorry about that, Joe, but he is celebrating 8 months, David. He's saying, Alex, I was there on Saturday, and United went down Davies' side every single time. He made Aaron Wan-Bissaka look good going forward. There you are, Joe Grimes. Honestly, I couldn't agree more. He made Aaron Wan-Bissaka look like Cafu. He made Aaron Wan-Bissaka look like Cafu. But Will Stewart now saying is, don't worry, Alex. Davies will have a place in the club under Conte. You'll make a great kit man washing Reggie's underpants from here on out. I mean, I would just say Ben Davies, I think he's better served in Levy land. I don't even think he's allowed to even be touching Reggie's underpants. If you ask me, I don't even think he should be allowed. I don't think he's even good enough to touch Reggie's underwear. That's what I would say.
Reggie's
personally.
Rubbish anyway, so it doesn't really make a blind difference anyway, to be honest with you.
There you are, Will Stewart. Thank you very much, Will. Thank you very much, Will. That's a great comment. Great comment. Well, that's a great comment. Jason Wells saying, Dave is the main man. Alex, no disrespect, but in my opinion, you're in danger of being Spurs' Ty. Not a good look. I think he's actually nowhere near like Ty. I think Alex is a bit more reserved, whereas Ty is actually kind of a bit deranged, whereas like Alex is kind of, he's one of the most realistic Spurs fans sometimes, where he's the guy, if you want to be rational about something, if you want to just not get too excited about something, you go to Alex. And I think that's actually very different from Ty. And also, I do think Alex has a better set of glasses as well, if you ask me, and also a better smile. And so, honestly, it's just a whole different class. It's like Conte versus Nuno, honestly. And Alex is our Conte. But big yourself up, Jason Wells.
Just take a look at that first line, nice and clear now, lad. Dave is the main man. Just read that.
Dave, you're not the main man, mate. Honestly.
Take time to suck it in.
Dave, Dave, take your white flag. Take your white flag because that's when they're showing that you're beaten, mate. Honestly.
I walked by your apartment last week and the white flag is still hanging out from the last debate.
Oh, really? Really funny, mate. Really funny. Oh gosh, digging the hole for yourself again, mate. Good on you, mate.
William Kelly saying, "This is the last straw." Answer to your question. Thank you for answering the question, William Kelly. Very nice of you, actually. He's saying because this is the last straw for Enoch and Levy. I think that might be the best answer when you think about it. And Marcelo, I will say, gave a wonderful answer to it. Where that's what Marcelo is saying on two sides of the coin. That is one of them. Maybe is where it's an existential crisis for them, where they're actually realizing, if we basically F this up, if we fuck this up, there could be pitchforks and torches outside the stadium practically.
Rightfully so.
And that's what they're starting to realize.
I wouldn't say they're leaving. I don't really want to get into the
I don't think they're leaving, but I think they think they would get too toxic for them, where he would have to flee to the Bahamas like Joe Lewis did, is basically.
Yeah, I don't want to get into the whole debate with the owners, because the thing is, though, there are people that I absolutely respect and they know who they are. Brian, Danny, have got their thoughts on the ownership, and I've got the same thoughts. I'm not that sort of person though that does protesting and stuff like that. But I'm going to be reserved because those people I respect highly. You know what I mean? They're very good people. And yourself as well, Dave, as well, and Jack and Marcelo.
You don't have to show us in, don't worry, lad. You don't have to show us in as a goodwill gesture. You're all right.
But it's just I just feel at the moment is that it's going to have major implications. You know what I mean? So we want to see we need to see something from this anyway. We need to see something major from this, and that's that's what I think is
all in the January transfer window. All in the January and summer transfer window.
I think January at the moment there will be one major signing. I think that will make a difference. I think
January and summer.
Definitely. I'm just mentioning January at the moment, but I think at the moment it's just we just have to wait and see what happens.
Look,
we can
what I will say is just to answer the question as well. Look, we all know he was forced to do it. He wouldn't have done this if the fans, because look, he knows what goes on all over social media. Every big company, they have people that are employed to sit there and sift through social media to gauge fans' reactions, right? Now, I'll be honest with you. Look, my opinion. I love every Spurs fan worldwide. I think every Spurs fan worldwide, and all over the UK just has an equal voice. You know what I mean? Everyone's entitled to voice their opinions. But unfortunately, I actually, look, I don't think Levy and that really care as much about us. You know what I mean? But when the match day going fans and they turn up and they're standing there chanting Levy and Enoch out, that's when he will take notice, because the last thing he wants is half-filled stadiums. You know what I mean?
I'll disagree with you there, David. In my opinion, also the international fans make a big deal, because I feel like under Nuno, he was such a boring manager.
If they did, they would have gotten rid of Nuno quicker, because after
you need both. You need the homegrown fans, disturbed, and social media. Like, I think social media. I mean, if you remember Gattuso, he didn't get in the job because of social media.
Yeah, that's true.
International.
I need to say this though. I have to say this because I was at this is not having a go at people that weren't in the game, by the way, but I was there. It was toxic.
It's toxic.
It was toxic. I was at the standing part, which I didn't realize at the standing part at the time. I was talking to somebody and I was watching people arguing with each other, fighting with each other. It was very, very tense. There was a steward walking up and down because there was concerns. There was major concerns. I was glad that I was there though. Just the fact that
to say you were there.
Yeah, just to soak it up and see what is actually going on.
Right.
And I did feel, this was, especially after the Moira substitution.
Horrendous
and
substitution.
I'm not saying it wasn't the right decision to get to put Bergwijn on. It was just the wrong man. I think what needed to happen was get Kane off. That was the main thing. That was the wrong decision. The right decision was to take off Kane in that instance, not Moira. Moira was the wrong man to take off, and that was it. Simple as that. You know what I mean? But I will admit this, Bergwijn didn't do nothing in that game anyway. But after what you've heard already about what the players thought about Nuno and his tactics and what's going on.
Did you know he apparently played I'm sorry to interrupt you, but did you know he apparently played the attacking players and as defenders and defenders as attackers.
And they even put the thing that
he did
really,
that. It was the most craziest
and the thing that
ever.
confused me is that I was hearing that. I mean, whether you believe it or not, what you read, that he had a bigger ego as well, a really big ego, and also that he did all the tactics in the hotel and stuff. And I was just like,
but this has gone completely off Levy and Enoch, which was the question. So let's keep it on point, guys. Mark Cousin says, is this the rebirth of our beloved team? Come on, you Harris Army. I hope so, my man. I really do hope so, Marky boy. Big yourself.
We're going to rise again. We're going to rise again. We're going to rise again.
Evening all, who do you all think Conte will pull a Victor Moses with in our squad? Look, I'm going to go Lucas Moura. Right wing back.
I think Emerson is going to be the right wing back because he might
come in as a centre back,
Whoa, that's a bit of an outside shout, David. Honestly, we'll have to dive into that, in tactics. But Real Betis, he was a right wing back practically there. I think it is going to be Emerson there. But if it isn't Emerson, I'm going to go Lucas Moura as well. What about you, Alex?
Probably no. I don't want Lucas Moura there.
If you had to pick between, who's going to be the new Victor Moses?
I think Moura should be a striker. I think it might be maybe. I think Bergwijn's got a chance. Emerson, I think he's still raw for me. I think there's still lots to get. I think he's still got a lot to do, unfortunately. Unlike Emerson, Romero, I'm not. I feel sorry for Tanganga as well. I feel sorry for Tanganga.
Alex, he's asking, who do you think is going to pull a Victor Moses? So a winger or someone else into a full.
I think Bergwijn's got a chance. Bergwijn's got a chance, and Bergwijn's got a chance, and Emerson. But I couldn't pick.
Could be between the two. Battle between the two there.
Yeah.
Marcelo, for you, who's going to be that right wing back for us?
Oh no, right wing back. Oh, I thought we were talking about Victor Moses.
It could be maybe a Stevie B. Let's say between Stevie B and Lucas. Yeah, sorry, that's my fault. Between Stevie B and Lucas, who's it going to be for you? But who do you? And then also, just for my own interest, because I trust you on this, who do you think is actually going to be the right wing back?
Oh, the right wing back is going to be Emerson, 100%. He played it at Betis. Lucas Moura is not being a right wing back. He will play in the wing along, and you probably be overlapped. I don't think Bergwijn is going to make it in the team. Don't think he's good enough. I think Moura will. I think he seems like he has the right mentality for Conte. I'm going to say Moura. I'm going to agree with David here, but I think if he's not going to play right wing back, I think that's going to be Emerson, and we're going to see the two Brazilian dynamic duo on the wing.
Emerson,
the overlap.
Moura's not a wing back. He's not a wing back.
No, I've never said he's a wing back. I said he's going to play on the wing.
He's a wing back, Alex. None of us are saying he's a wing back. But the question is, look at the question. The question is, Victor Moses was not a wing back. He was not a full back, but he was a winger. The question is, what winger or whatever do you think could be turned?
Well, he's not a winger.
We're not saying Lucas. Yeah, Alex, this is the point. We're not saying Lucas is a wing back. We're asking the question.
Winger.
Yeah, we're just saying which player is going to excel.
Yeah, I say Emerson will. If you ask me to answer the question, Emerson. But if we're mentioning Moura, no.
No. He's asking who is going to be the Victor. Okay.
There we are, everybody. There we are. I think Alex should answer. He just then, started thinking about it another way. But next one here, and it is going to be an interesting one, guys. And it is, can Conte recover Harry Kane's season? And can this appointment convince Harry Kane to stay? Basically, are we going to see the regeneration like we saw under Romelu Lukaku, that we might see maybe under Harry Kane? And can he even convince Harry Kane to stay? Marcelo, I'm going to start with you here. I mean, can Conte recover Harry Kane's season? Which, to a degree, we're not seeing the same Harry Kane that, we've taken for granted in years past.
I always said it, and I said this in the summer, and you can ask David this. If we got Antonio Conte in the summer, I strongly believe Harry Kane wouldn't even have thought of leaving Spurs, especially with the intentions of backing him. Now that we got him, I think 100% Harry Kane is going to give his best, and I think 100% Harry Kane is going to do better. And let's not forget to mention, yes, Harry Kane has not been having a good season, but I will back Harry Kane because I love the guy. I think a lot of players haven't been that good this season. A lot of players are typically good. I don't think Højbjerg has been that great, and we know how good Højbjerg is. I don't think even Sonny has been that great, and we know how good Sonny is. I think, some of our best players have not looked that good, and I think it's because of just Nuno. When you set up your team to fail, they're going to fail. When you set up your team to not its full strength, when you set them up to you lose, when you don't get the best out of players, you can make some of the most elite players look average. That's what average managers do.
Yeah.
Conte is not an average manager.
Yeah.
He's a top elite manager. If you give him a player that has the ability, he will turn it to gold. I guarantee you that. So I think, yes, Harry Kane is going to have a very good season under Antonio Conte.
We saw the same thing under Lukaku as a follow-up,
Yeah.
Well,
even with Mourinho, Jack, even with Mourinho. Look, listen,
wow,
Mourinho didn't work at Spurs, but he's still a top manager. The only reason he didn't work at Spurs is because we didn't back him. That was the reason why Mourinho didn't work at Spurs. It's not because Mourinho is a bad manager; it's because we didn't back him. And I'll always
saw
say
the best
with that.
ever Kane season under Mourinho.
If you give when you give managers to top players, he doesn't just make them top; he excels them. He brings them to another level. That's what Mourinho. That's why you saw Son at a different level with Mourinho. That's why you saw Kane at a different level with Mourinho. That's why you saw Højbjerg at a different level with Mourinho. That's why you saw a lot of our best players excel under Mourinho. Same thing is going to happen with Conte. The only difference is in January and summer, we have to back Conte and give him more of those players.
We also probably need competition for Harry, but that's
Absolutely
fantastic. Marcelo, you're on the ball tonight, and we'll tell you you're on the ball tonight. David, question goes to you. A question you've probably been waiting for all night, my man. Do you feel like maybe can Harry Kane's preseason be recovered by, Conte, maybe in a similar way that we saw under Jose? And do you think would you go as far to say that Conte can't convince Harry Kane to stay?
Do you know what? Look, I know a lot of people are probably going to disagree with what I have to say. Look, the thing is, I truly believe Harry Kane is failing to pick himself up after the disappointment of the European Championships. On top of all the disappointments he's had with Tottenham in the semi-finals of Cups, finals of Cups, finals of the Champions League, going for the Premier League, the being so close with England in the World Cup. I think he was just thinking look, the thing is, Man City came in from Nuno was our manager. He did not see us winning trophies under Nuno. But the thing is, Nuno's gone now, right? And now we have a leader of men. You best believe the first thing Conte is going to do is come in, speak to Harry Kane. He's going to do what Jose Mourinho done. Stick with me. I'm going to turn you into the world's best striker. Look what I done with Romelu Lukaku. You're going to bag goals. Just stick with me, because he needs to get Harry Kane on side to be able to get the rest of the squad on side. And at the end of the day, people can sit here and say, look, let's sell Harry Kane, this, that, and the other. Until January, where we want to go in the league, he has to be at the forefront of it. We need him to be able to chip in along with Son, who's already doing his fair share. So we need him to start chipping in, okay? The thing is, he will believe that Conte coming in, not only Kane, but it's reinvigorated a lot of the big boys at the club. Son, Hugo Lloris, probably even Romero, you know what I mean? Højbjerg, players like that they believe now they can win stuff, because you have to remember, this guy has a track record of coming into clubs, turning things around very, very quickly, getting the best out of average players and getting them moving in the right direction.
Made Ashley Young look like a top defender. Victor Moses looked like,
Do you know what I mean?
He made David Luiz look like a top defender, for fuck's sakes.
There's so many players. But the thing is, once you have him in chance, you have to be able to bring in the right players that he wants to go with the players we already have. We have to be able to do that. But in terms of Harry Kane, look, every player right there tonight is licking their lips, lying in bed awake, still thinking, what they could be doing on the Conte. This is a guy who's revered everywhere he goes. He was a very, very tidy player as well in his day. A very good player. And the thing is, look, he's a manager that Harry Kane will respect. If he says, Harry Kane, I need you to do this, he's going to do it. You know what I mean? Because he has that respect level. It's the character. Yeah. It's what he's done in the game. It's what he brings with him. So look, if the thing is, if Conte asks him to press, he's going to do it. If Nuno was asking him to press, I'll be honest with you, Kane was probably doing a half-ass because he was probably waiting to go in January.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because he probably didn't want to pick up an injury doing it. But when Harry Kane as a manager who believes in, and same as the rest of the players, you're going to see a much more improved team in terms of pressing from the front. You know what I mean? Which will suit Harry Kane because we're turning the ball higher up the pitch. Conte is going to want to keep him in and around the box. But the thing is, Harry Kane's going to stay in and around the box now because he knows there's going to be a system to be able to get him the ball into the box. Under Nuno, there wasn't. You had Son coming inside, Lucas coming inside, Lo Celso and Harry Kane all playing in that same area. Every single one of them playing in that tight area because they were asked to do it. Harry Kane, trust me, this guy will get back fit and firing. And in terms of will it keep him here, I think if we get top 4 this season, we win one of the Carabao Cup or the Europa Conference League, we have a good chance of both. We're 3 games away from winning the Carabao Cup as it stands, getting to the final as it stands. And in terms of the Europa Conference League, why can't we go and win it? We have the right man in charge. And the thing is, I do believe maybe it can persuade Kane to stay here and potentially see out his contract. Or even at the end of the season, if we do get top 4, we're back in the Champions League. He sees that the money is being invested properly, that there's better players to come in and help him and help Son and players like that, he might potentially be persuaded to stay. I do believe it.
That's a great point, David. And I just always say this. This is one of my phrases. I believe managers, they're like a beautiful woman. The more attractive, you put a bunch of guys in the room with her, they're going to be fighting tooth and nail just to get her attention, bro. And that's Antonio Conte. He's that dime piece. He's that, that beautiful lady that comes out of that Ferrari that you just dream of, waking up next to, that you just dream of. You'll do anything for that girl. You know what I mean, bro? Like, it's true. It's true.
I agree, actually, Marcel.
And unfortunately, Nuno was that, the less prettier girl that, you're like, maybe I'm not gonna dress up today. Maybe I don't really care. He's like when the boys call you over. It's like, all right, I'll come in with sweatpants and whatever. But Conte, he's that dime piece. When she calls you over, you get into your best self. You get in the suit. You get in that Gucci dress. Your confidence goes up 100%. This squad alone, just having Conte in itself, like you said, David, is gonna give the squad a huge boost. It's going to give Kane a huge boost, and I guarantee you they'll be fighting more. And let's not forget the tactics that he's going to come with it.
Correct.
Yeah,
I was going to say, Marcel, then to quickly add to that, Jose, he knew we relied on the counterattack with Jose. We did see, I don't think Conte is as much of a counterattacking manager, but we saw Kane's best ever numbers in that counterattacking system and feeding in Sonny. Not a coincidence, in my opinion. Tottenham Tantrum with a big one, saying, been a Spurs fan since 1981, seen a lot of good days and bad days. But in that time, I never know a squad that has had so much poison in it in them players, and have to go Conte will make that happen. In Conte, we trust. In Paratici, we trust. Dermot. I mean, I've been in trust Paratici the whole time, Paratici the whole time. I've always trusted Conte. Even if it goes wrong with Conte, I would still trust him because I know that means there must have been something else going on, that wouldn't allow him to succeed. I mean, and also Dermot, I would say you've been constantly saying there's a light at the end of this tunnel. There's a reason we're going through all this pain. And now it's somehow happened. It's like you predicted the future, Dermot. It's like you predicted the future, I would say. Honestly, you're the oracle. That's what I would say. You're the oracle.
Big up the oracle. Big yourself up, Dermot. Big up.
Maybe change his name to Tottenham Tantrum, the oracle. There you are. But Dermot, big yourself up. You predicted it all along, my man. You predicted it all along. And thank you for the big one as well. Faz Radford saying, Conte, a manager who can make Kane fight for his place, even if there's no competition. He'll hold him accountable, Faz. There you go. I actually love that. He'll hold him accountable, even if there's no competition. Once the January window comes, though, I'd like to hope that maybe he bring in some competition for Kane just to keep him looking behind his shoulder. But I think he'll be that manager that will still hold him accountable. I
mean, I just add, look, with Harry Kane, I was not prepared for us to sell Harry Kane under Nuno Espirito Santo because he wasn't the best manager. Look, I'm going to hold my hands up. And I wanted to give him a chance. I believe any manager that comes in, we should give him a fair crack at the whip. But I always I even said it. If we did get rid of Espirito Santo, you're going to see more out of Harry Kane if you get the right manager in here. You will. Yep. It's just going to be a fact. The thing is, if Conte turns around and decides Kane is acting the maggot and everything else, I will accept that because of what Conte has done in the game. He's not wrong. I will accept it then if it's coming from someone like him. What I couldn't do is accept it under someone like Nuno. I just couldn't.
And let me ask you this, David. If unfortunately Kane doesn't show up under Conte, which would be a travesty. If he doesn't, he has to go.
Yeah.
If he doesn't show up under Conte and we sell him in January, that means Conte also has more money to build a squad.
Vlahovic is in then.
Vlahovic is in there. We have a manager with a lot of money, with a lot of pull, and the ability to build a winning squad within a year.
It's a win-win again.
It's a win-win. Well, with Nuno, it's like, are we really going to give Nuno 100 million? Are we really? No, you never would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well
you
said,
never
Marcelo,
would
again. Well said again, Marcelo. Will Stewart with another big one, saying why I am most happy about Conte is no one will be willing to put him in the doghouse, and finally the finger will be pointed at the shite in the dressing room. No more excuses, lads. No more scapegoats. There you go. Honestly, Will Stewart, that's a mic drop of its own. Conte, he puts his players in the doghouse. No one puts him in the doghouse. He puts his players in the doghouse. That's how it goes.
This is what I'm most looking forward to, because we have too many players here that's had the power. They've had the power on the pitch, ultimately cost him his job because, his training was too intense. And Jose was too bad and too naughty for them because he wouldn't tuck them in and kiss them a kiss before they went to bed at night. You know what I mean? Then under Mason, they were all happy because he's their buddy. Then Nuno comes in, they throw the toys out of the pram. Under Conte, this is going to be gone. You don't perform, you're not performing, you're acting a maggot, you're bad to the dressing room in any sort of way, you're out. He'll speak to you, he's going to try and get you on side. After that, he's not going to try with you. So I'll be delighted because, look, we make too many excuses for these players. Oh, well, Dele Alli's been missing for 3 years. Oh, yeah, but look, he's a human being. And, the thing is, he's an exceptional human being. He's being paid to be an exceptional human being. Perform on the pitch. We're talking about then he's playing. You give him a chance under Nuno. Oh, he's been played out of position. You put him in his position. All of a sudden, he does nothing. Next thing, we want to play him up front. We have to stop this crap. If they're not going to pull the weight and they're not good enough, get them gone. And that's what Conte is brought here to do. And once we do that, we can move forward as a football club, as a fan base, as a team, and we can have the right players here to move forward ultimately.
Definitely. Will Stewart, that's a mic drop. I'm just going to tell you, that's a mic drop. That's exactly what Conte is going to do. Big yourself up, Will Stewart. And also, thank you for the big one as well. Joseph in here saying, what a day. Levy's shit. Levy's shit made it, but made the right. Levy is shit, but it made the right call. But he made the right call. Hashtag come on, you Spurs. Big yourself up.
You got to give him credit for that.
Yeah.
Now it's time to back him. Now it's time to back him, though.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. It's only step one, Marcel. Exactly right. It's only step one. But big yourself up, Joseph. Thank you very much, actually. Thank you very much. Crocodoc saying, do you guys think any of the deadwood will be reborn under Conte? I think 80% are a lost cause, but I wouldn't put it past him to improve Doherty. Some did say, I think someone in the chat did say just briefly, they did say, Conte can turn a bit of water into wine. He is capable of that. But at the same time, I don't think he likes to do that. He doesn't want to turn 80% of the squad, from water into wine. I think he only likes to do that with a few players that maybe he can do that with. And there's a lot of players that he would have to do that with. So I think he will be frustrated by the deadwood. I think he'll just be trying to get by as he can, probably just try to, convince them, listen, I have a plan for you. And then the moment January comes, he just tosses them out the door, lost toys. But I don't know. I think maybe I don't think he could get through to Doherty. I think Doherty's lost cause. I think a lot of them are lost cause, but who knows? We might be proven wrong with a few of them. Who knows? And honestly, if Conte is able to do it, again, just speaks to his godliness. But David, what do you think of Crocodoc's comment here?
Look, I'll be honest with you. I've seen Doherty at right wing back for Ireland. He's no better. Look, I'll be honest with you. I think Doherty's best days are behind him. I think that's why Wolves were very quick to get rid of him, and for the price they did off the back of the season he had. Because I think there's something wrong there. I genuinely do. I'm not sure what it is, but there's something not right there. And look, I don't think you'll ever get him back as good as he once was. Look, whether he can get him a tiny bit better, maybe so. But to get the player we expect we bought it's not going to happen. The player I think might have a bit of renaissance underneath him. I think Ndombele. I'll be honest with you. Look, I don't think Bergwijn's good enough to be here. I think he might give him chances. I don't think he'll take them. But for me, I'm going to pick Ndombele. I think if he can get in here with Ndombele, we have a player on our hands. We do have a player on our hands. And I know we're asking for the impossible. 4 other managers have tried: Pochettino, Jose Mourinho, Ryan Mason, and Nuno. They've all tried. But if anyone can do it, it's Conte. And we need someone like him in the midfield the way he sets up. So he might just be his man.
I would say this. Look, a lot of people seem to think that Antonio Conte is a checkbook manager, or that, you know, we're gonna need to spend all out like it was with Jose. Jose is a checkbook manager. Conte is not so much of a checkbook manager. If you look at it, his time at Inter, he only spent 27 million in net spend. He only spent 27, and same thing with Chelsea. He was using
Ashley Young at left wing back. Yeah. He was using Perisic at left wing back.
And if you look at Chelsea, that squad didn't change much. He only brought in a couple players, and, you know, in a key position, and he completely changed the squad. He's not a manager that we're going to need to spend, you know, 300 million or, you know, 150 million. No, like, we only need to give him a couple players that in the position that he wants. Most importantly, what he wants, not what Levy wants. And I'm telling you, man, this guy he's definitely going to change a lot of those players. I think, guys, I'll give you my top 3. I think Lucas is going to definitely improve. I think Lo Celso might improve. I think Lo Celso could benefit. I think if he played him in the right position, which he does tend to like, you know, and I think also, I would say, I think Skippy or Højbjerg. I think those two are also going to look even better than ever, because he loves that defensive midfielder double pivot. If you look what he did with Conte and Matic, who's, you know, kind of a slower midfielder, bigger, you know, he loves those type of midfielders. He loves those two pivots. But also, you know, I think, you know, with the 3 at the back, I think that's going to be massive for our squad. I told under Nuno, why didn't we do 3 at the back? You look at Romero, play 3 in the back. You look at Sanchez's best season at Spurs, 3 at the back. You look at Reggie's best season, 3 when he was playing as a wing back. You look at Emerson's best season when we were playing wing back. Our defense is going to improve. I think he's going to improve a lot of those players in the midfield. I think the likes of Dele, Winks, Bergwijn, and who am I spacing out? Davies. I think those guys are gone. I don't think he can help those guys. But I think he's going to improve a lot of our players. I think a lot of people are underestimating his ability to.
Well, I need to say something, because I've been sitting here listening to absolute waffle. To be honest with you,
making me hungry, Alex.
No, just absolute waffle, because David keeps on stopping me from talking. I'm gonna say something now. I'm gonna say something. Right, in terms of Kane, I think again, like I said, it's. I don't think we can get into any conclusions at the moment. I think Kane, unfortunately, Kane situation at the moment, he needs to step up, and needs to step up fast, because, like I said, with Lukaku, if he doesn't step up anytime soon, he'll be out of the team. Simple as that. I can tell you this for a fact. I'll give you a spoiler for Thursday. He ain't going to be in the team on Thursday. It'll be Song and Ali up front, because for me, I think Ali needs to be up front. I'm sticking to what I'm going to say on that. Definitely. I can't make a choice on these on the right wingers, whatever you want to call them, wing backs.
Well, Davies there. If you're going to play Ali up front.
Well, no, but I don't.
Well, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
I can't make a choice.
Do you know?
Let me finish.
Let me finish. All right, I'll correct them afterwards.
No, I don't. Well, you don't need to correct me, because I'm going to school you. Anyway, moving on. Quickly, right? In terms of the wing backs, I can't make a choice on the wing backs, because I don't think they're good enough at the moment. I think Emerson's getting better. He's still raw. At the moment. Reguilon, I've already said what I've said already. As well, I think there will be a left wing back that will be there that is unexpected. I think, dependent on what happens in training, because he hasn't even taken training yet, unfortunately, Conte. I think the centre backs speak for itself in terms of Romero and Sanchez and probably Rodon, I would say, because I don't think Dyer's going to fit in, because he's got no pace, which will be pleasing to some Tottenham fans. So and the midfield speaks for itself. So that's it. But on the question on Kane, I think for me, if he doesn't step up, okay, you'll see Song take that position, and then we'll see a new striker in, because I think that's one thing that he want indefinitely in January anyway. But I think Ali's got a chance now to make his position up front now for me, and that's what I say anyway. So yeah,
just on your logic, right? So you want to put Dele Alli up there, who's been missing for 3.5 seasons and is by now the world's high goal league champion, right? And you want to drop Kane, who's probably been missing for about 2 months?
Well, no, because the thing is though, at the moment he's not playing well at the moment, isn't he?
But the thing is, there's a bit of a pattern here. You always want to drop our better players for our weaker players.
But like Kane
it's not a pattern.
A player
I don't agree.
That's in the back. Okay, now hold on a second, Alex, because this is actually kind of starting to annoy me, because you're so willing to turn on Kane. No, and it's not funny because you're so willing. This is the problem with our fan base. You're so willing to turn on Kane, who's been our best players for 6 years, but Dele Alli, who hasn't even scored like a single PL goal other than a penalty for the last 2 years, you're willing to give him a chance, but not Kane, who is our top scorer for almost every season. And you don't think he would flourish under a manager like Antonio Conte, who has been able to get the best out of some of the best strikers in the league? Like,
is it Kane FC, mate? Is it Kane FC?
Let's just get this right, though, just to get Dele Alli fanboys just correct. Today is the 2021 season, 2021-22. That's 1. So that Dele Alli's been good this season. 2020-21 is 2. 2019-20 is 3. 2018-19 is 4. The last time Dele Alli did have a good season was 27-18. So that is 5 if you want to count it that way. So it's not even 3.5 seasons. It's basically 4 or 5 seasons since the last time Dele Alli had a good season.
Well, whether you can go
and I don't think Dele has pace. I don't think he has a good first touch. He doesn't have finishing.
Waffling, and then you say
he's got the chance to get. Oh boy, bro. Honestly, bro. Honestly, bro.
I thought you were going to say at least.
It's not Kane C.
No, but Alex,
I thought you were going to say something. At least something.
I say as well. We had the argument about Moura playing on the wings. I think for me, he's up front because he keeps on dragging himself in the middle. So he's better up front for me, and make him a striker because I don't think he's a good number 10 for me. He works hard. There's no doubt about it. He works very hard, but he needs to work. I think he should get the opportunity up front. I think Son needs to get the opportunity up front. I think Kane needs to work hard at the moment, unfortunately, because he's not been playing well at the moment. And I don't think it's just like saying, "Well, I've got a new manager now. Oh, so it's all good now. I need to play." No, that's not right.
I get what you're saying.
I don't.
I agree with him to a point. I agree with him to the point that Harry Kane does have to work harder. He has
100%.
I can agree with that. But what I can't agree with is when we're sitting here, right? I'll be honest. Look, Alex, he's saying we're talking a lot of delusion. The thing is, you're talking about playing Ben Davies over Reguilon. Reguilon's better. You put out a poll, I think that'd actually be 100%. You put out a poll about who's better up front, Harry Kane or Dele Alli. Again, 100% of people, I reckon, would say, yeah, 100%. The thing is, there's a bit of a pattern here. It's kind of like let's put down the player that's better in that position, and let's praise the player that has been missing in Ben Davies' case since he got here. You know what I mean? And then Dele Alli, who's been missing for the last going into his 4th season now. I don't understand the logic. You're saying we're waffling, but you want to take our best players out of the team. And then you complain about relegation and not being good, but you want to put our worst players into the team.
And also,
you're talking about Ben Davies at the United game, and you're saying, well, Ronaldo was smart, he ran off him. Of course he's going to run off him because he's a weak link. He is weak.
Well, you're only as good as your weakest player, mate. That's the squad.
That
is the squad. So I'm sorry. That is absolute waffle and rubbish.
No, and that's making me hungry though. All the waffles.
It's absolute rubbish because the thing is though, and I'm going to go on a rant right now because I'm hearing all this time for Tottenham fans all the time saying, "Oh, we needed to play the first 11 and just play them all the time." That's not a good squad, then, isn't it? That's what Conte's going to do. That's what Conte's going to do, bro.
What I'm saying to you is the reason why we want our best players to play the whole time is because we can't trust Harry Winks to come in and perform.
Yeah,
well, that's not
I'm not finished. We can't trust Ben Davies to come in and perform. We can't trust Dele Alli to come in and perform. We can't trust Lo Celso to come in and perform. And no matter who else you want, Matt Doherty or whoever else, we cannot trust them to come in and perform. Now, Alex,
I gotta stop for you. Hold on.
I don't make this up. The players make this up. When these players play, the same results keep happening. Colchester, Antwerp last year, Zagreb. You're talking, there was other games there. You're talking this season.
Vitesse.
Pacos de Ferreira. You're talking Pacos de Ferreira. You're talking the game against Vitesse. Now, there's no point in having a go at us because they're not good enough. Get on to them and tell them to start.
I'm not having a go at them. I'm not having a go at you, though. And before, because we've heard this before from you, David. It's repeat.
It's true. It's facts.
Repeat.
You're
What's the scenario? What scenario?
Marcelo,
because
what were you going to say?
Like I say all the time to people,
after
no world-class players are coming into Tottenham anytime soon. No world-class players are coming into Tottenham anytime soon.
Then you want to drop our world-class players.
You think we're going to get world-class players in our squad?
Then why do you want to drop our world-class players?
You want to try? You're going to go on FIFA?
Okay, so then dropping Kane. No. Hold on a second. So your solution is to drop Kane, put Dele Alli up front. That will solve the solution, right? That will fix it. Let's get our best striker, who has been our best player for over a decade. Let's completely ruin his confidence when a new manager comes in, and let's put Dele Alli, who has been doing fuck all under 4 different managers now. You know what I mean?
I need to remind you, we've got Conte. He don't give a monkey. He don't really care. He don't care. He don't care what name you are. He doesn't care. So that's the whole point I'm trying to make at the moment. If you're gonna get Conte in, okay, you're gonna have he's gonna get a rocket up.
But Alex, that wasn't the point you were making. We got the point you were making. The point you were making is that you want to drop Harry Kane and put Dele up front. That was the point you were making.
That's the point I'm making. But the point I'm also making is it's about a squad. It's about a squad.
Yeah, we get that.
The worst player, if you
the squad players we rely on are not good enough.
They're shit.
Well,
that's the problem at Spurs right now.
That's the point. That's
why we're trying to get Frank Kessie.
The point I'm making is that if you don't make those players part of that squad, that's the whole problem here. That is the whole problem, because you can have a great 11, but if the other parts of the squad is not good enough, the second 11 is not good enough. You still got the whole problem, because they're going to feel like, well, I'm feeling not part of this squad at the moment, isn't it?
Because they shouldn't, because they're shit, because every time we fucking play them, they fucking lose.
Well, that's why we've got Conte in, isn't it?
The last time
in terms of Conte, then.
No, I have to say this stat.
Yeah, no, sorry, Marcelo.
I've been keeping it in for this whole time.
I know you have. I tried to get you in.
The last time we won a football match, match with both Winks and Dele Alli in the same team was in Pochettino in 2018. That was the last time we won a match when we had both Winks, Dele Alli playing in the midfield. That was the last time. We have yet to win a single match since 2018 with both of them in the midfield.
Oh my God!
If you take out, and that's taking out Højbjerg. That's taking out Højbjerg.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying about Dele being in midfield, but I'm saying to you that he's better up front.
He's never played up front in his career. How do you know?
Yes, he has, and he's been shit. Remember when Harry Kane got injured? No, remember when Harry Kane got injured, and we put Dele Alli up front to play striker? He looked like absolute shit. We have to.
So what happens when what happens when Kane gets injured, mate? What happens?
We play Son.
So what happens if Son gets injured? What happens?
Well, did you not want to play Lucas as a striker, so we can play Lucas?
That's like saying, though, if Salah and Mane got injured, those are your 2 best players. They're then out, so you don't want to really think about.
That's why. One thing I do agree with is we do need more options up front.
Yeah, we do, of course.
But Dele Alli is not the answer.
No,
I think
we need to get. No, he is not. We need to get Dusan Vlahovic. We need to get Dusan Vlahovic.
We need Dusan, absolutely, Marcelo.
I can see where you're
Question to Alex from Marcel, because we have a few. The super chats are piling up, so I hate to do this, guys. I really do. But he says a question to Alex: who does he blame for the likes of Poch, Jose, Nuno? Who do you blame? The players. You're the manager. Who do you think Conte will drop first? So basically, for under all those years, who do you blame for maybe them failing?
Dele Alli. I think he's the first one that's going to be dropped.
I think everyone's to blame.
What is everyone?
Everyone's to blame. The players, the managers, the board, everyone. I think everyone's accountable.
Everybody's accountable. There you are, Dermot. And also, who do you think Conte will drop first? Maybe is there anybody you see him dropping?
I can't give you anybody at the moment because I don't know. I honestly don't know. From what I'm hearing, from what Conte's like, I just want to see what's going on at the moment. I need to watch his space. I don't know.
I actually like that. You're actually composed on that. Actually, very good answer. Dermot, I kind of agree with him to an extent. A bit of a diplomatic answer from Alex there. Everybody's accountable at the end of the day. Jerome saying, in regards to Dyer, the only reason he gets picked by managers is because he can speak multiple languages. Romero and Royale can't speak English, so Dyer can provide the instructions. I would say, though, in this case, Dyer cannot speak Italian, and, Romero and Royale's English is only going to improve. And in the case of Romero, he probably does have better Italian than even Dyer does. So, I would say maybe, the days of Dyer being the teacher pet might be over, Jerome. The days of Dyer being the teacher pet might be over. I mean, what about you, Marcelo? Do you think the days of Dyer maybe being constantly, loved and, picked by the manager first might potentially be over?
I think he's gonna play.
I think
he's still gonna find a way.
I think he's gonna find a way. And you know what? Look. I will say this. I'm sorry, David.
Go on.
I think Dyer, I would have to say, out of all the deadwood. Now, I'm not a big fan of this, but out of all the deadwood, I think at least he has a good personality in the dressing room, and he's a guy that still tries hard, and he does have some defensive quality, such as he's big, physical. He can put his body in a way. I think if we do a front three and we can possibly put someone like, we're looking like we're going to get another center back. That's another rumor. If we can get two competent center back and we can kind of get, someone like Dyer to be kind of like the destroyer in the back, it could work. But, I don't think Dyer's going to be dropped. I think he's going to stay.
Still going to keep some sort of spot in the squad.
Yeah. And you know what? Look, if you gave me the choice between getting rid of Dyer's, Dele Alli or Winks and Davies,
that's true.
If I had to pick 3 out of those 4, it's definitely Davies, Dele, and Winks.
Some have said that Dyer, when he's given actually lots of time off, he's able to actually do a job once he kind of comes back into the squad. And you couldn't probably say that with the case that with the other players you just mentioned, Marcel. You probably couldn't say that with some of those other players. Davies, Winks, some of these guys have had weeks off, no international break to prepare for the one game that they play. They still find a way to fuck it up. Whereas with Dyer, I wouldn't say that's exactly the case, which is actually, I think that's a good take, Marcelo. Actually, I think that's a good take.
Yeah, and he also, like the most other important thing, he also doesn't bring a bad vibe to the dressing room. He doesn't seem like a guy.
Davis doesn't even bring a bad vibe either, or Winks.
I mean,
so
his bad vibe is being shit at football. His bad vibe.
Oh no, but it doesn't give a bad vibe at all. I don't understand where he's coming from.
No, Davies and Winks are
Davies and Winks don't give a bad vibe at all.
They're horrendous footballers. At least,
I don't want to go on about it, but it keeps on being brought up.
Listen, look, I'll put my hand up and I'll say I am a pretty big Dyer hater. I'm not a big fan of his, but I have seen games in which Dyer has done a good job. And I think when you put less responsibility on him and just give him the job to be that destroyer type center back, where he clings the ball forward and, he clatters, attackers. He does actually do a good job.
Decent squad player. Maybe even a decent squad player.
He is a very good squad player. Now, Winks has no useful. He can't pass. He can't dribble. He's weak as a stick. I could blow him over with just my breath. Davies, he's as slow as a turtle. Couldn't pass the ball to save his life. He gets a brain hemorrhage every time he walks forward. I mean, I'm telling you. And Dele Alli, I mean, he's a talented boy, but he could care less about football right now. Yeah. So for me,
his talent's being developed elsewhere, away from the football pitch. But Jerome, just want to big yourself up there. Thank you very much, Jerome. Thank you for the big one as well. Thank you for the big one, Jerome. Very, very nice of you. Again, very nice of you, and a great question as well, and a great prompt, as well as Dermot, though. Also, thank you very much, Dermot. Thank you also as well, Tottenham Tantrum. Kuva99 says, admit it, lads, he'd love to see him team picked by Alex just to see what happens. The Twilight Zone. Oh, I mean, again, I don't know how to even respond to these. So, David, I'm just going to ask you. I mean, would you want to see it? Maybe I would. I don't even know if I could win in FIFA with some of the teams that Alex would pick.
Yeah, look, if it was to raise money for charity, I'd go ahead with it 100%. Look, if it was to win something. Look, if I want to end up in the championship, I'd probably let Alex be picking the team as well. I'll be honest with you, but no, look, honestly, Alex, tell us who you would pick as your 11. Go on.
I couldn't answer you that at the moment.
No. You can't cop out. Listen.
No, I'm
No.
Hold
on.
Listen.
Hold on a second.
Before,
We'll give you our starting 11. You have to give us.
No. To my defense, because I think we're going too far ahead right now. Like I said, these are difficult questions to ask when you don't know what's going to. When there are difficult.
No,
it's
just
your opinion. It's your opinion.
No.
Hold on.
I'm gonna be firm on this. I'm gonna be firm on this. I don't really care whether, because David's had a go at me a couple of times now, and I'm gonna say this. I can't answer most of these questions because there's too many questions out there right now. I wish I could give you firm answers, but at the moment, I'm still waiting to see what happens, and I'm gonna have to give it a few weeks. At the moment,
be a diplomat.
I'm happy. I'm happy with what's going on at the moment because I think it's the right decision to make. Yeah. But with what's happened, I've heard about Conte, I don't think everything's a foregone conclusion. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion what's going to happen with this team at the moment. I don't think the favourites of people's favourites in this team are going to be in this team. I don't think so. I think you're going to have a few surprises, and that's just me. I think there will be some signings, though. I definitely think there will be some signings because, like I said, there were promises been made, so there are going to be changes. But I don't know what they're going to be like.
Yeah, but they're your own. They're not Conte's. It's just like, who do you think will be
I've got no idea.
We still have a lot to get to more. I've already lost one of them. So, David, if you have Shauna's after this, do you have Shauna's after this?
I'll have a look there now.
That's kind of the reason, guys. Sometimes we have to get through them just so we don't miss any to put on screen. Conte from Franco Martini, one of the best names, honestly, in the business right there. Franco Martini saying Conte took a donkey like Lukaku and turned him into a racehorse. That was an achievement in itself. Kane could be no challenge whatsoever. Franco, again, not only do you have the best name, one of the best names of the Harris Army, I will also say that's so well put. I mean, nobody rated Lukaku once he left Manchester United. They kind of all thought, he'd basically been done. They thought, he was just a guy that relied on his pace, relied on his strength, and then he just proved everybody wrong. And also, you even saw how much he even leaned out actually under Conte as well. The guy, did look a bit heavier when he was actually at Man United. The moment he went into Italy, and that's usually not the case when someone moves to Italy. They usually don't get lighter. They usually don't get, thinner when they move to Italy. The guy honestly turned into a lean, mean, goal-scoring machine. So I couldn't agree more, Franco. And I think the job with Kane could be even easier. I think it could be even easier. That's a great comment, Franco. David, are you able to bring up Shauna's? Because
I can't bring it up because it's gone. But look, what Shauna Blaney does say, and it's £10 Big up, Shauna. I really appreciate it.
Very nice, Shauna.
She says, Davies is rubbish. How is this even a debate? And look, I agree with her. Alex, I'll let you have your say. There's another two there lined up for you specifically. But look, Davies, I agree with you. I don't even think it should be a debate. I think the results should speak for themselves. The performances should speak for themselves. When you see him play, all the team's good players naturally drift out to his side. Every time you see him play, everything comes down his side. They score goals off his side. It shouldn't even be a debate. I completely agree with you.
Let's just look at it like this. We don't
Alex,
agree.
1 second. You're going to have your say here. Yeah. Dark Song G says, Alex.
Well, thank you very much, Shauna, for the big one. Thank you very much, Shauna, and very much apologies. This is what happens sometimes. We get kind of caught up in the debate, and then the chat blows up. There are 420 people in the house. Everybody, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that notification bell to never miss another Kinnicky Answer Me. But Shauna, all apologies. I do apologize for not being able to bring it up. That's on us. That is on us.
Yeah, no, and Dark Song G says, Alex, what do you think about the Winks and Davies comments recently? Winks about, I know I'm bad, but I need constant games, and Davies blaming the pitch.
Winks, I don't think that was any bad comments. I think it's blown up. I've already said what I said about Davies' comments. I thought it was pathetic. I thought they're pathetic, absolutely pathetic, because I thought, like I said on the Vitesse game, he should have appreciated the fans that went over there for those reasons that I mentioned before. People have heard what I've said already, so I've already gone on that. I'm not trying to duck your question, Dark Sun G. It's just I've already spoken about that already. I'm not going to go on about Winston Davis. I'm not going to. We're not going to agree on it. Unfortunately,
no, that's fair enough.
We're not. So, and we're going around the old ground now, isn't it? So, and it's not because I don't want to go on about it. It's just that it's just, we're saying the same things now, isn't it? Really, you know what I mean? And there's only
No.
so much we can say about Davis and Winks, isn't it? Really.
Look, big up Dark Sun G. Alex doesn't want to answer them because he knows what the truth is. It hurts him too.
No, it's not the truth. It's not the truth. It's just that I'm repeating myself every single time.
Dark Sun G, pick yourself up, Dark Sun G. Absolutely love it. And again, Dark Sun G, if you were in the building with him, I think he just I wouldn't even let you in the building with Alex because I know you tear him to shreds, Dark Sun G. I know you tear him to shreds.
No, he wouldn't.
I mean,
no, he wouldn't.
Dark Sun G has multiple, he has computers of knowledge inside of him. I wouldn't say that so
really?
quickly, Alex.
Well, no one's
the
going to get
Radfar saying, can I ask Don Alex's view on Don Paratici, please? A quick answer on Don Paratici. Is he a Don? Yes or no, Faz?
No.
For Faz. There you go, Faz. Apparently he's not a Don. To me, Faz, he is a Don. And for Marcelo, I know he's a Don. He's probably more than Don. I think Marcelo said he's even a god.
I have a shrine for him. I have a shrine.
God,
as soon as he came in, I built the shrine of Don Paratici.
Well, that's just you, Marcelo. That's you, Marcelo. That's just you, Marcelo. You think.
I don't think that is just him. I just haven't been able to make my shrine that quickly. It's just, Marcelo.
Well, you're
just,
the FIFA Kim, mate. So I expect that from you, innit? You know what I mean?
Alex, I know, Alex. It's okay, Alex.
Oh gosh.
It's okay, Alex. You can go back to your Ben Davies shrine. I only support winners. At the end of the day, I only support
honestly, it's
winners.
not getting boring now. It's getting boring. Honestly,
I
Dermot with a big one here. We all got our shrines. We all got our shrines. Marcelo and Dave and Alex have made theirs quickly. David and I are yet to polish ours, but we haven't gotten around to it. But they've made their shrines. Pick yourself up, Marcelo. That's a great answer, and as well as Alex. Tottenham Tantrum Dermot with another big one. Saying players like Winks, Dele, Sanchez, Davies, Doherty have let us down again and again. How can we trust them? Now you can't let these managers and fans down too many times. With Kane, he's been our best player for 6 years. Kane will come good. There you go. Dermot 100%. With a brilliant answer there, Dermot. 100%. Honestly, a mic drop in itself. This is the reason. This is honestly singing from David's hymn sheet right here. You can't continue.
I'll be relaxing in it, Jack,
I thank you for the super chat, but again, it's like, how many times he's wrong about Sanchez, because Sanchez has not been too bad.
We all have our hymn sheets, Alex. We all have our hymn sheets. He's singing from the Harris Army hymn sheet here. He's saying basically you can't put down our best players. You have to put down the players that have continued to let us down. That's basically all he's saying. Kane will also come good. Like he said, he sees the light at the end of the tunnel. I thought originally it was a train headed right towards us, Dermot. Turned out it really was the light at the end of the tunnel. So Dermot, pick yourself up. Thank you for another big one again, Dermot. Very, very nice of you. And again, David, he was singing from the Harris Army hymn sheet right there. D-Trex Kane with this one saying Alex Wi-Fi is faster than Davies. To be honest, Marcelo, come on, bro. Rodon, Romero, Tanganga. Dyer's not fast or good enough to be in a 3. Marcelo,
I agree with you. No, yeah. I decided to interrupt you.
I think this is for Marcelo. I think this is for Marcelo. Alex, all he's basically saying to you is that your Wi-Fi is faster than Ben Davies, and it seems like your Wi-Fi is pretty strong. So I will say, at the end of the day, it probably is true. Probably your Wi-Fi is faster than Ben Davies, because Ben Davies full sprint, I honestly thought he was jogging. So I mean, genuinely credit to your Wi-Fi. Honestly, you're getting a good deal there. But Marcelo, I mean, he's talking about your back 3. What's your back 3?
My back 3, it would be probably Sanchez, Romero, or Rodon, Romero, and then Sanchez. It would be one of those 3. I love Tanganga. I love the lad, but I think he's a little bit too young. I think Conte likes that experienced manager, and I think Sanchez, he thrives under that back 3. I think he really likes playing under those back 3, and I think Sanchez actually was the one of the few defenders that actually improved under Nuno. Even when he played, I thought he didn't look bad at all, really. But
I agree.
I would have to. That would be my front 3.
Yeah.
Just want to get to Spurs
not front 3,
to your
back
first,
3.
Dave. Yeah, Spurs squad here with the super sticker, and he's basically giving David's actually a nice one. He says, "My hero." I'm not sure who it's for, though. Who knows who it could be for? Maybe it's for Marcelo. Maybe it's for David. Maybe it's for Alex. Who knows? It could be for one of them. But whatever, Dave, someone is Spurs Squad's hero. Someone is Spurs Squad's hero. Spurs Squad, big yourself up. That is an adorable super sticker, by the way. That is an adorable super sticker, honestly. Spurs 72. Sorry, Dave. Spurs 72 saying, Jack, David, and Guess. I guess the fact I am married to an Italian holds more weight now. Conte. Come on, you Spurs. Honestly, again, though, Spurs 72, I mean, I mean, honestly, I think unless I'm mistaken, I'm almost probably sure all Italians are beautiful cooks, like an amazing cooks, or at least we know they have a fine taste, Dave. We all know they come with fine taste, the Italians. And also they come with that energy. They come with those high expectations. Probably most, Italians are even born with the Don title before their name as well. So Spurs 72, you might even be married to a Don. So there you are. I mean, there you are, Spurs 72. So big yourself up. David, anything to say to Spurs 72?
No, look, just enjoy eating like a king, my man. Every Spurs game, make sure the full platter is rolled out, whether it's at lunchtime or dinner time. Make sure you have the garlic bread out with the pasta, some fresh salad. We know that. We know where they like a bit of bread. Make sure that's all there. But big yourself up, Spurs 72. Every Sunday from now on for you when Spurs are playing should be a Conte party, my man. Big yourself up, Spurs 72, and big up everybody. The support's been absolutely amazing. Yeah, you don't have any idea how much it actually helps. So big yourselves up. But Jacko, let's roll out the next question. Give me questions.
Just want to say goodnight to Dermot first, because he is saying goodnight to us here, and he says, David, Jack, and panel, all are legends. Good night, all. Good night, all. Come on, you Spurs. Dermot, good night to you, my brother. Hopefully sweet dreams. And as well, hopefully we didn't keep you up all night with this one, because I know probably some of the comments that have been said could give people nightmares. So Dermot, I would just say sweet dreams. Hopefully you're hugging that Hoy beer pillow, that I probably have as well, just wishing yourself good night, but big yourself up, Dermot. And thank you again for all the support. Thank you again for all the support.
I forgot you hug a Winks pillow.
Pillow.
Next question.
Next question. This one is, I'm going to let Alex go first, guys. I'm sorry. This one's been tailor-made for him. It's been tailor-made. There are a lot of players, Alex, that have been on the fringes under Jose and Nuno. Some of them include Harry Winks, Ben Davies, Dele Alli, Doherty, Tanguy and Ndombele as well, Lo Celso as well, and Sanchez. As we know, Conte tries to galvanize his whole squad, but there are always a few, Alex, that end up being outcasted at the end of the day. Which ones do you see him being made to train with the under 23s, basically, of that list? And maybe you have your own list, but Ben Davies, Winks, Dele Alli, Doherty, Tanguy, Lo Celso, Sanchez, and maybe more. Which ones do you see being made play with the under 23s?
None of them. Easy.
Just answer the question. Just answer the question.
No, said none of them. I've just answered the question.
But
none of them.
Just got
one of them will. That's the point.
No,
there's always been one.
No, they won't because it damages the squad mentality. You can't just extradite players out the team. It never works.
He will do it.
Well, I'll wait and see what happens.
Worked very well for him.
I'm interested to see how that will work because it never's worked before. So for me, none of them will be, and that's answering the question, Marcelo. By the way, that is answering the question.
Look, he's entitled to his view. No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough, Marcelo.
I mean, first off, Alex, I hope you're behind is fine because you've been sitting on the fence quite a lot today. You know what I mean? I kind of wanted to. The only reason why I push you is because I want to get a question out of you. But in my opinion, I think if there is one player that would get outcasted, it would be Dele Alli. I think Conte doesn't tolerate someone like Dele Alli at all. Even looking back at Chelsea, Inter, and you look, every Juventus, what he demands is, like you said, David, respect and hard work. And I think when I see, Lo Celso, I don't see a chance of him being there. When I see, maybe a Ndombele, but I feel like Dele Alli is definitely the one that's most likely to get outcasted by the squad.
Interesting. Look, for me, I'm actually going to go, believe it or not, with Dele Alli and Harry Winks. The reason why I'm going with Dele Alli is, Dele Alli's best years were under when we had Christian Eriksen. He could make the runs beyond Harry Kane, and Christian Eriksen could find him with the ball. And that was Dele Alli's best year. Since we've kind of lost the creator and we've asked him to do the job, he just cannot do it. He's just not good enough on the ball to do it. He won't trap the ball and pass it. He wants to do flicks. He wants to do tricks. Does he fit into Conte's midfield tree? I don't think so. Does he get in up front? I don't think so. And therefore, I think you're going to see the same as what's happened under, especially the last three managers under Mourinho, under Nuno and that. look, I think ultimately he will be outcasted. I think he potentially could be a bad egg in that dressing room. I know you constantly see pictures on Instagram of I'm working hard, I'm in the gym. But the thing is, there's no point in doing that when you've been given chances and you've played shit. You know, Harry Winks, I'll be honest with you, I just don't think the lad has the ability. I think he'll cave under the pressure that Conte will bring. I really do. I don't think he has mentality. And ultimately, I think he'll fall victim. One player, funny enough, I do think he might give a chance to, but ultimately, further down the line, he will be gone because he will let him down, is Ben Davies. I think he could. I think he might be able to see that. He might be able to use him as a left-sided centre-back in that team. I do think Conte might be, because he's left-footed, I think Conte might give him a go there. But ultimately, I think he will be let down, and then you'll see Ben Davies gone. But in terms of the two players, I definitely think you might see sent to the under-23s would be Dele Alli, Harry Winks, and I might even add Doherty in there, to be honest.
That's a good shout, actually, Dave. For me, just because I haven't answered many of the questions tonight, I think if Winks doesn't want to leave in January, I think he goes down in the under-23s. Ben Davies, I think, will be somehow moved on or shifted because I think it'd be a crime to give him a testimonial. Dele Alli will also probably find a new home by January. I don't think he'll be put in the under-23s. The rest of that, I don't really think will be put in the under-23s unless they do something to really piss off the guy. So if any of them are going to be in the under-23s, Dave, it's going to be Harry Winks because he might be stubborn enough to, continue to train with the squad, not want that move that he probably asked for.
I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Noise.
No problem.
No one will be put in the under-23s. That's the wrong move to make. And I don't care what anybody else says.
What you're saying, it might be the wrong move to make.
It's making the wrong move because it's never worked in any other way before. It's not done. It's not done any manager. It's never done. It's not done any manager any favors whatsoever. Yes, you might not put them in the team. That's understandable, but it's not sensible to take them out of the team. The only way that's going to happen is in January when you're saying to that player that he's not part of your plans. Yes, I understand that. You could do that. But I'm sorry, but that's just not going to happen. That is just not going to happen because it just sends out the message saying, well, and that was the problem under Mourinho. People started to get worried and stuff. And yes, they do need a bit of shaking up. Yes, they do, the players. But it never works. It never, ever, ever, ever works. And the thing is, though, the teams that are winning things, that are doing stuff in the Premier League, are the teams that are together, that are working together as a squad. They all are in the same, feel the same, and they feel like a family.
Though, Alex, that a lot of these players are not working for the squad; they're working for themselves, and Conte is being brought in to change that.
Well, that's the point then. So we'll see what happens there then. So we'll see what happens there. If the only reason a player will go into the under-23s if there's misconduct, the only reason should be. That's the only reason.
Alex, correct me if I'm wrong, but did Pochettino not send a few players to play with the underage teams when he first came in?
I believe he did.
I can't remember, to be honest with you.
No, I think
I can't remember that far back, but
you do every other time, Alex. Come on now. Come on. You can remember back to Pochettino every other time. You remember back to Pochettino.
Vincent Janssen might have at a certain stage.
Come on.
Pardon, who? Janssen.
Janssen might have at one stage even.
Yeah, well, I think there was a mixed opinions on that.
Look, Pochettino came in at a time where we had loads of overpaid, big-time Charlies who thought they were better than what they were. What did Pochettino do? He got rid of a lot of them that weren't working, and he brought in players that were. And he gave youngsters a chance that would do what he wants to do. And Conte is going to do the exact same thing. So I wouldn't sit there the thing is, I wouldn't sit there and say it doesn't work because Pochettino done it and it worked. Look where we got to.
Yeah, but like I said, someone's just put Danny Rose went into the under 23s. Never really worked anyway because look what happened. Jose got sacked. But yeah, for me, it's all right to do that.
Sorry, Mark.
It's all right to do that.
That is no correlation.
It's all right to do it. No, sorry, Marcelo. Sorry, Marcelo. Let me finish here. Right.
Let him land.
If it's in January, I understand because then you're moving on the player. But you do not in any say in the summer, that's fine, but not when you're during the season.
But this is the thing, though, Alex.
Sends out
A manager you so dearly love, a manager we all so dearly love, but one that you find it hard to get over in Pochettino. He done it.
He did it.
Well, firstly, I have got.
So
over
why is it okay
I
for
don't know
you
what
to
you're
do it?
talking about. But anyway, and yes, he did do that. Yes, but he did it during the summer.
No, he didn't. He
did it during the season. He did it during the season. You didn't listen, Pochettino. Yeah, no, but Pochettino was the type of man that you did not disrespect him. You did not disrespect Pochettino. 100%. And if you think Pochettino, who is actually a very nice guy, arm in the shoulder type manager, is willing to put a player under the 23s, and you don't think Antonio Conte, who is known to literally has said that he is willing to kill a player who disrespects him, you don't think he would do the same?
Yeah, but that was because of indiscipline. Because I swear it was Cabal. That was.
And you don't think the squad is indisciplined? Have you seen Dele Alli? Have you seen Dele Alli?
Adebayor was another, and we both know what the problems there were with.
Have you seen Dele Alli's Instagram?
Adebayor was awful for the squad. Absolutely.
Yeah, and you don't think Dele Alli is awful for the squad?
No, he's not. He's not the same. That's not. How can you compare Adebayor to Dele Alli?
How can you not?
I'm sorry. That is mad. That is absolutely mad. How can you do that?
He just got fined 2 weeks' wages. He just got fined 2 weeks' wages for what he's been doing on Instagram.
I'm sorry. No,
hold on a second.
There is no comparison whatsoever. No comparison whatsoever on that. How can you compare that?
Listen, the only W that Dele Alli has had over the last 3 seasons is when he hooked up with Pep's daughter. That's it. That's the only W. That's the only W he has had. Ever since that, this guy has done jack shit at Spurs. He couldn't get into the Mourinho squad. He barely scored any goals. He has scored, I think, a total of 3 goals in 2 seasons, in 2 years. A total of 3 goals.
You're comparing Adebayor to Dele Alli. Adebayor was stinking out the place most of the time. He was causing lots of problems in the squad. That is not even a comparison, Marcelo. That is a joke. That is an absolute joke.
We'll let the chat decide who wants that. Jack, I'll fire out the next round of questions.
Yeah, let's fire out the next one here. But the next one here, I think it's going to be probably a bit easier for us to answer. Hopefully, it's a bit easier for us to answer. Which current Spurs central defenders do you see Antonio Conte using? Remember, guys, you have to be 3. It is going to be 3 no matter what, probably. It is what he has employed mostly during his kind of years of fame and his years of success. Which ones will he not trust as well? As a follow-up, personally, just to answer it, just because, again, I haven't had too many opportunities to answer tonight, and that is, it's not my job to answer a lot of these in this show. I am going to go Tanganga. He is going to eventually fit Tanganga in. Romero, and I kind of agree with Marcelo. I think it is going to be Eric Dyer somehow slipping in there all of a sudden again. But, Marcelo, I want to go to you just because I do kind of, I'm interested in what you have to say. What's going to be the original back 3, the go-to back 3 for these Premier League games until the January window?
I think it's going to be... I don't think he's going to choose Tanganga. I think
as much as we want it.
As much as we want it. I think he likes a good experienced center back. If you look at the most center backs he's had, he likes experienced center backs. So I think it's going to be Sanchez, Romero, and Dyer. I think it's going to be those 3. I think I don't think he's going to favor Rodon. I don't think he's going to really like. I think he's going to like Tanganga, and I think you'll play him in the cup games and the games where we need rotation. But I think that's going to be the stuck in back 3.
Yeah, there we go. Honestly, Marcel, very realistic answer there. Alex, your back 3 that Conte will pick?
I think I mentioned it already. Romero, Sanchez, and Rodon.
You think Rodon?
Good shout.
Yeah, Rodon, because of pace.
That's a good shout.
David? Again, I have to watch his space because I don't know how it's going to react. But I think from what I'm reading from his centre back, his philosophy and stuff, he play a high line? I think he plays more a high line, doesn't he? So it would be more pace would be needed, wouldn't it? Really, Romero is obvious.
I would love that actually, Alex.
Romero is obvious, absolutely obvious. By the reasons I've already mentioned. I think Rodon is unlucky, but I think you'll like him. because of his pace, and I think Sanchez will be another one, but he has to be on the right hand side, by the way, not in the left hand side. So I think that's my centre back pairing for me, and that's it.
Interesting.
I like that. David, your back three. I think you've said it before, but just to remind people, what do you anticipate?
I do think he'll play Dyer. I do. I think he'll give Dyer a chance to start off with. I think Romero, look, obviously he picks himself. And look, I know not many people fancy it, but I think he'll put Tanganga on the right-hand side of back three. I just think with Tanganga, look, he's a savage. And I think Conte will like that. I think he'll be able to channel his enthusiasm and his love for the club into the right way on the football pitch. And I think you'll start seeing a lot better out of Tanganga. Now, this is all providing Tanganga stays fit now. He has to stay fit under Conte to be able to get a run in the team. But I do think he might look at Tanganga being on the right-hand side of the tree, because he's fast, he's quick, he's tenacious. He's not afraid to make a tackle. He's not afraid to bring a player down if he has to. Look, I agree with Alex. I don't think Rodon is a bad call. I think, look, from what I've seen of the kid, I just think he's been unlucky. Look, he was at the Euros. He had an injury. He didn't really get proper time to shine under Nuno. And I actually think from what I've seen of the kid, he's a good defender. Even under Jose Mourinho, when a lot of other players were giving up, he was the one sweeping across left, sweeping across the right to mop things up. And he has a bit of pace. So I think Romero, I think Rodon does have a good shout. But I think to start with, it will be Dyer, Romero. And look, I'm just putting this one in. He might not play, but I would like to see Tanganga given a go.
I'd like to see Tanganga.
I agree with you. I agree with you about Tanganga. I don't want him going on loan. I hope that he gets a time of day, because I think it'll be a huge mistake if we let this kid go. He's fantastic, absolutely fantastic, and I think with a manager like Conte, he'll be absolutely fantastic as well. It's a difficult one, like I said. I think the main thing I'm trying to say is that at the moment, I'll say those three at the moment, but Tanganga is a close call between him and Sanchez. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. But again, we have to see what. Again, this is just.
We're just trying to pick the minds of Conte. We're just trying to pick the minds of Conte.
We don't know at the moment. Yeah. You see, and I know that I'm not really answering the questions, but it's very difficult for me because I just feel that there's a lot that we don't know yet.
That's our job at the end of the day, Alex. That is our job. At least David and I's job is to be able to try to, somehow predict maybe what could be the case, what Conte is thinking about.
Well, you've got your favourites, though. You lot have got your favourites, so let's admit it right now. You lot have got your favourites.
We certainly do, Alex, and I'm pretty sure you have yours.
That's why you can make your choices right now. I'm not like that with you.
Hold on a second.
You see?
I said that I think Dyer and Sanchez are going to play.
Those are not Marcelo's favorites.
Those are not even close. If it was up to me, if you ask Marcelo, who do you think, would you want to play? It would be Romero, Rodon, and Tanganga. Those would be the three. But I'm just being realistic, and I know it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, well, Marcelo's been on the ball answering the question.
It could happen. It could.
No, it could, but it's less likely, in my opinion.
Because from what I'm understanding from Conte, he don't care about reputation. I think the only guarantee I've got is Romero. Romero is an absolute guarantee.
Romero's a guarantee.
Absolute guarantee.
No brainer.
And I will stand by that. I'll be shocked if he's not our first centre back.
No, he will.
And that's big enough to me to say that, because I don't big up players. I don't need to big up players. I'm not like other people bigging up players, but I've seen him and he's really impressed me. I've had to actually apologize to Mari and I forgot her name now. But anyway, I'll move on. For the cheese room, that lady, I forgot her name now. But yeah, Shauna, I think it's Shauna. I do apologize if I got your name wrong, Shauna. But because they were defending him so much and I just didn't believe them. But I'm a believer now, to be honest with you. He's really impressed me.
There you go. Believes in the Romero revolution. Shauna Blaney back again. Thank you very much, Shauna. She says, if you're not good enough and are not working for the team, then you should be sent to train with the under 23s until the next transfer window, then get rid. I mean, Shauna, wherever the mic drop emoji is, I'm sure you had a few characters for it. Probably might have just thrown that in as well. David, to Shauna, I couldn't say it better myself from Shauna, honestly. I think that's the mentality that you and I also have here, Dave.
Look, it's the mentality we need to adopt at Tottenham in order to be able to sort this squad out and get it moving into the direction we need to move it. There has to be someone that comes in that's ruthless and has a cull. It has to happen. Look, if Conte decides he wants to keep Winks and Ben Davies, okay. Let him keep Winks and Ben Davies if he thinks they're the best man for the job. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if a manager comes in, they're not pulling them away, especially with the position we've been in with the squad rotations and the amount of managers we've had over the last couple of years. At this point in time, we need someone who's going to come in and be ruthless and cull them. So we have to trust him in what he does. And if players are not pulling away, well, you know, why should they be rewarded? Why should you reward them? You know
Agreed.
what I mean?
I do agree with you there, because, like I said, this is the best opportunity for them to get it, to give them a chance. You know, to give him a chance. Now, like I said, he will be ruthless. We're not. I'm not denying that at all. But like I said, I think we'll just see who wants it more. That's what we're going to find out. Whether Kane wants it more, because all the other top players want it more. I mean, I'll be interested to see what he thinks about Højbjerg. I'll be very interested to see what he thinks about Højbjerg.
That would be an interesting one.
Because I think for me, like I say, he does a job. He does a job. I'm not going to go on what I said before, because I'll stick by what I said before. But he does a job. But I would like to see what he thinks of Højbjerg. Is he a defensive midfielder or a box-to-box midfielder? And how he uses him, because the facts are that he does create, doesn't he? He has created chances, hasn't he? So exactly. So, and it was a good goal that he scored as well. So he might use him in a different position. You know what I mean? The one player that I hope that he does well with is Skip. I really hope he does well with Skip, because I like Skip. I really like Skip, and I think it'll be a huge mistake if we let him go. Huge mistake. He's quality, and I've seen it myself as well.
I agree with you.
Totally agree.
That's for sure. Marcelo, you had your hand up?
This is a little bit off topic, but if I could share it, you know, if you allow me. So with Conte arrival, Ali Gold was able to get a Harry Kane spot. And Harry Kane, apparently, he said that he's very excited to play under Conte, and that he feels a spark in the ambition that the board has shown in luring him. So apparently Harry Kane, it came out that he's thrilled by the appointment of Antonio Conte, and he feels like it. You know, Spurs are finally having ambition again. So
there we go. He probably didn't. He wouldn't have said it in those terms, probably, Marcelo. When you think about it, it would have been much more blanketed or whatever, covered up kind of comment. Wouldn't have been so like on the point there.
I mean, when they ask him about Nuno, you could tell he wasn't thrilled at all. You can tell he could give less of a fuck. You can tell he was thinking about City the whole entire time.
Listen, because I know we're going very long, and thank you for the audience for keeping going and supporting David and Jack, by the way. But it's not me having to go at Kane. You know what I mean? I'm not saying this.
I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying that I wasn't having to go at Kane by trying to drop him and stuff like that. You know, and this is not me trying to defend to try and get people on side on me. I just think we need a squad mentality where we're not relying on just one player.
No, I agree.
And I think you do need to use him 100%. What was happening under Nuno was wrong. You know what I mean? You need to, get the best out of the squad and get the best out of your best players. But what I don't want is us relying on him. You know what I mean? And he has to do everything, because I think that just doesn't help us at all. You know what I mean? But, it's got to be a case where Kane feels like, he's part of a team that, yes, he can get the best out of him, but it's not solely reliant on him. You see what I'm saying? And that's the main thing for me, and that's my thoughts on it at the moment. And hopefully Conte will get that done. Really,
let's hope.
Jack?
Here we are. Cuba99, just quickly before we get on to the last question, and then we will finish with extra time after that last question. Cuba99 saying, utilizing Tanganga's versatility, and I want Marcelo to answer this because he is the Tangangsta of the world. Utilizing Tanganga's versatility means we can ship out Deadwood more easily. That's an interesting thought, Marcelo. Great to have a bloke who will want to learn and cover multiple positions. Tanganga has time on his side, Marcelo. He has that sponge kind of like brain, you might say. Do you think that can mean that we could get Deadwood out more easily with that kind of in mind?
100%, especially the Deadwood like Dele Alli and Winks, because our biggest problem has been No, they are deadwood. The biggest problem is that we don't have any homegrown players to improve, and there's not a lot of homegrown players really in the market right now that are any good. You know what I mean? I can't like really name many. You know, I mean, I guess that Madison kid, he's pretty good. But we won't get him. Like it's just there's not many homegrown players right now that we could get. I think bringing in Tanganga is great because it's a quality player. It allows us to ship off the shits like Winks and Delhi, and we don't have to replace that homegrown status. So it makes it so much easier for us. And
we ship
it's
off
also
a Sanchez or maybe even a Joe Rodon.
Even a Sanchez and a Rodon, and or someone else, and free up a international spot. It just makes it, and also most importantly, we don't spend any money getting him. He's free. He's right there. You know what I mean? So it's also good for the club and in every single way. So it's good that having guys like Tanganga, and I hope that our academy keeps producing more stars because that's always been a big thing at Spurs, and you need to have a good academy to be a successful club. You really do, unless you're Real Madrid, unless you're Juventus and all these clubs that can just buy players. You need a good academy. And you look at Chelsea, they have a great academy. You look at United. It's time for us to be up there with the big boys, and let's hope that guys like Merkendi now that comes in, Skip is going to come in his own good. So, yeah, like we need to start using guys like that. And Tanganga, he can play a right back. He can play a center back. He's a fast defender. He's as strong as a rock. He's Hercules pretty much.
The way he can lift a grown man out of the sky.
He literally what he did to Mari should have been illegal in that friendly game. He violated him. What he did to Jack Grealish should have been illegal. He violated him. Grown men. With
Zaha, like I said, Marcelo was carrying him around like look what
carrying
Toya
him around. You know what I mean? So the kid, he has all the potential in the world, and I hope Conte uses it.
Yeah, me too. Great answer. Also, I think the pace as well is actually maybe a bit underrated, especially in a back three.
100%. How many center backs do you know that can play as right back as well?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, it's kind of a dying kind of versatile kind of skill set. That's why I said he could be like a better version. I would say he would be like our Azpilicueta, but better. I would say our Azpilicueta, but better. But last question of the evening, guys. Last summer window, Paratici went after mostly under 23 talent. Will that change under Antonio Conte? Basically, we were going after the young, maybe not so proven, but very talented kind of, under the radar, so to speak, players. With Antonio Conte at the helm for about, 18 months, we'll be going after maybe more proven players. The Brozoviches are being rumored. The De Vries are being rumored with us, plenty of others, Skriniars as well. David, what do you think? I mean, will we be going after maybe players that aren't necessarily in that under 23 bracket? Will be going after maybe a bit more of those, I wouldn't say veterans, but a bit more players towards their prime?
I think we have to right now. Look, we need to bring in players that are ready now. We do not have look, our first 11. Look, we all know who fits into it because they're the best players at the squad. But if we're being real with ourselves, we can definitely improve in positions in there. We can improve and get a ball-playing midfielder in there. We can improve by getting another centre-back. You can improve by getting another winger. You can improve by getting a creative midfielder. So there are areas in the field that we can create, that we can improve. But look, it's all well and good signing under 23s and for the future. But if you're bringing in a manager like Conte, yes, he's going to use them. But he also will need players that are ready to go now, especially right now with the situation we're in. We're 5 points outside top four. If Conte can steer this shit to the January transfer window and have us challenge for top four, they have to invest in the here and now. Look, I'll be honest with you. I'll put this spin on it too. I don't think it matters whether they're 18 or whether they're 30. If Conte wants them, go and get them. That's where I'm at with it. I don't care what age they are. If this man identifies them, because I'll say this again, there's no point in bringing in a manager if you're not going to let him bring in a player or two that he specifically wants. And the reason why a manager wants a certain player is either they've worked with them before and they can help influence the team and what he's looking for, or else he's identified a weakness in the squad that he needs to improve to be able to make his system effective on the team. And that's why we have to sign whatever he wants. I'll be honest with you. I think the whole under-23 thing might have been because they knew it was kind of like, are they going to throw big money at players that Nuno wants?
Exactly.
If they don't 100% back them. If they don't 100% believe.
Exactly, David.
Here long term. So I believe that was something put out there, because they didn't want to spend that sort of money under Nuno because they didn't believe in him 100%. I think under Conte, I think, you have to go and get him whatever he wants. And I think you see, funny enough, I do think you see the under-23 rule scrap. But what I will say is, the likes of Papa Sarr, and there's maybe another one or two players that you might see come in over the next January, over the next summer. They may not necessarily be Conte signings, because there was a guy that we brought in. He started off at Derby. He went to Everton, and we've brought him in. And the specific reason why we brought him in is to identify the best talent around Europe under the age of 21 and get them into the under-23 team and hopefully then prosper into the team in the future. There was a guy brought in specifically to do that job. So if there is one or two players off the side that's brought in, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a Conte signing, just to be aware.
Yeah, I know. I just to add to David's point, I 100% agree. Yeah, I 100% agree with you, David. Especially with the point about Nuno. I think all along we weren't planning on backing Nuno. I think Nuno was just supposed to be a stopgap manager. I think they underestimated how bad he was going to be. I think that's what happened. I think they thought maybe we can, last a season with him, but apparently, I think they underestimated how bad he would be. But I think all the signings that we made were signings that we were going to make already. I think the Hills, I think the SARS, I think those signings we were going to make regardless for the future. And I think Romero, we were going to make regardless because Paratici really liked him. And same with Dusan, Vlahovic. Apparently, Paratici really likes him. So, but now I think with this January summer window, we're going to make signings that Antonio Conte wants. Because summer we made signings what we wanted, not what Nuno wanted. So, because if you remember, if we wanted, we could have gone on Adama Traore, but we didn't go for him. We decided, no, he's not good enough. We don't give a fuck, Nuno. Fuck off. That's what would happen. You know what I mean? I think with Antonio Conte, you have to back him. And Antonio Conte is a smart cookie, man. He's not going to come in because, we're not going to get, because we're not going to back him. I'm 100% certain he put it under his contract that he has to be backed, and he already made plans and agreements with Paratici about that. And also, the fact that Paratici and Conte work together, people are really underestimating that. I'm surprised nobody has really brought that up, because it's the first time ever we really have an understanding between the top and the manager. You know what I mean? Even and the only time we had that was when we had Mitchell and Pochettino, where they both had an understanding and agreement with each other. But the fact that we have a manager and a director of football that not only understand each other, but have worked with each other before is absolutely massive. It's massive.
Do you think that might persuade Paratici to get in what Conte actually wants? Because a big problem that Tottenham have been over the years is that they bring in someone, they identify the talent, and then they bring in a coach just to manage them. They don't really have much say on transfers. But the fact that Paratici has worked with Conte before, do you think that it might that relationship means that he bring in players that Conte actually wants?
100%, David. And you also got to understand, it also means Daniel Levy is outnumbered there.
It's not Daniel Levy's outnumbered. He's not outnumbered, though. He's not outnumbered.
No.
He's not.
Within the football, he is.
No, yeah, but the point is that he's the manager. That's the main thing. That the difference between Nuno and Conte, Nuno's appointment and Conte's appointment. Nuno was the head coach. Conte is the manager. So that, to me, sums up straight away that he's going to be making choices on who he wants to buy. It's going to be because Conte's not here to just do nothing. He's not here to do nothing. Simple as that. He's here to win now. Romano said it. Alistair Gold said it. Anybody that knows Conte knows that now. Okay, so basically, at the moment, there's going to be a lot of expenses being paid in January and in the summer. So, whatever he wants, he will get, because that's what Paratici will do for him at the end of the day. They're not best friends. No, they're not, from what I'm hearing. It's just that they understand each other, and that's
They're best friends in football, maybe, when it comes to football minds.
Well, the thing is, they're winners. That's all that matters.
Well, yeah.
At the end of the day, winners hang out with winners.
I mean, it's going back to what?
It's true.
Marcelo,
Jeff Bezos,
all the riddles and everything else. Here we go.
Jeff Bezos probably doesn't like his working partners, but he hangs out with them because
we're on the winding road to having a riddle here from Marcelo again. Here we go. Right, okay. But then, like I said before, it's like, it's going back to what I said before. This has to work for us. It has 100%. To work because, and they're desperate now, Tottenham, you see, because they've got no choice in the matter. Because if it doesn't work, there's so much implications on that. So to answer the question that Jack's just answered, yes, they will get players that they want, whether they're old or
it won't be as much though, because I think you've noticed the pattern, Alex, right? You've noticed the pattern. It's been under 23s mostly. Do you think it'll be more proven players now?
It's not going to be under 23s, no, because Conte will not have that, because he wants people that want to win now. You see, he's not gonna be happy to have his record tarnished by anybody. You saw what he done at Inter Milan. He went off. He said bye bye, and he won a league there. So he's got more emotional connection there than Tottenham. So it speaks for itself at the moment. That's why Tottenham got an 18-month contract on it as well, because I think they're trying to protect themselves a little bit there.
Yeah, I agree.
But this is a great opportunity for Tottenham. This is an absolutely massive opportunity for Tottenham, and it has worried a lot of teams as well. So the players that we wish to have bought before are now available, just because we've got two men at the helm at the moment. So they cannot mess this up at the moment. It might be very expensive, and it might be very expensive for Tottenham at the end of his tenure. That's what I'm a bit worried about. But hopefully there will be a few major trophies. I don't know what major trophies those are. Hopefully an FA Cup in that, we can say, hopefully.
We're winning the Premier League next season if we back them.
Well, let's not go over the top now.
No, I'm saying it right now. He's done it. He's done it with every team. But the key word is back them. No, it's true. Listen, he came into Juventus, who were seventh. Nobody thought he had a chance in the world to win the Serie A. Next season, he gets backed. He gets the 4 players he needed. He wins them 3 Serie A's. Not 1, but 3. He goes to Chelsea, who finished 10th, who looked like a broken team. He gets like 2 or 3 players in, improves the squad, gets the players he needs, wins the league next season. He goes to Inter, who finished 21 points
10, but
Juventus.
For 10 seasons have been falling in free fall.
Have been following. People thought he had no chance. Within 1 season, he gets them challenged. He lost the title by 1 point, 1 season, and then the next season, he finally gets backed. Not even by that much, only a 27 million net spend. He wins the league. The only problem with Antonio Conte has been he's not the best manager if you want to win a Champions League or if you want to win European Cups. That has been his major downfall. But in terms of league titles, this guy is the master at it. If we back him this January and summer, I guarantee you Tottenham Hotspur will be Premier League champions next season.
Mic drop right there from Marcelo. And honestly, 100%. To even further that, Pep Guardiola isn't even proven as a Champions League winner when you even think about it as well. And that guy has practically had an entire country's GDP in order to win the Champions League, and he still hasn't been able to do it. But it is the long. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say if people also saying, oh, we have Pep, Klopp, and all that stuff. He won the league while they were there as well. He bested all 3 of them.
Yeah, he was the one to do it as well.
This guy is a master, man.
It was Ranieri first. First. Then it was Conte. And then it was Klopp and the rest of them. So that must be well said, Marcelo. Well said. It is my favorite time of the evening, though. The one I've always been looking forward to every single time. It is the extra time. It is the time, everybody, where you give your short answers to all these. It's usually yes or no's. It's usually 1-word answers to all of these. Kind of designed that way. I want to give all your answers in the comments. I want to see the comments absolutely just flying on some of these. So the first one here is, and I am going to go to David first, and then I'm going to go to Alex, and then I'm going to go to Marcelo, and then maybe we'll do snake kind of draft where we'll go all the way back up. But David, if you had to put £5 on Winks or Davies staying past January, who would you back? David, you got a $5 on it. You have to save that $5. You got to make double on it. Who you say could stay past January?
Davies, purely because I think Conte might try and put him as a left-sided centre-back or even keep him around as an option there.
Interesting, Dave. That's where David's fiver is going towards. Alex, you got to pick one.
Is this a Winston Davis show, by the way? No, it isn't. Oh, right. Okay, but it's Davis. They'll keep Davis past January.
Yeah.
For the same reasons that David said. I can't believe I actually agree with David. But I'm only answering the question.
No, that's fair enough, Marcelo.
That was brilliant.
I think we're all gonna have to agree here. I think it's gonna be Davies. I think Winks is on his way out. I think it's clear because we're looking at Kesse, we're looking at Barella now, we're looking at a lot of central midfielders. So yeah, no, I think Davies will stay. Simply also because there's not a lot of left backs or left-footed defenders. So unfortunately,
I'm kind of the same way. I think it might be Davies, but I can't let him get that testimonial. I would, over my dead body, he gets that testimonial, Marcelo, over my dead body.
First one to get the ticket, he will be.
Dave, the truth sets free though with that super chat earlier. He says Davies so he can amuse Conte in training with his pace. There you go. And Cuba99 says just burn my 5 pounds
I love
as well. That's a brilliant answer. Number 2, is Dele Alli capable of converting to a striker? Yes or no? Marcelo?
before January.
Just
or
in general.
after.
Maybe
In general, I think look, I think I'll take David's point that without Christian Eriksen, Dele Alli is worth less.
Answer the question, Marcelo.
No, hold on. I'm gonna answer it. Hold on a second. If you listen,
see,
Alex,
I can get you right in it. I can get you right now. Look at you.
Alex, if you can write a whole essay in answering a one sentence question.
Really.
No, hold on. Let me finish. I think if we can get a creative midfielder by January, I think we could play him alongside Kane, Son, and Dusan. But I doubt it. I doubt it. Does he have the ability? Yes, but no, I don't think he will because he just simply doesn't have the mentality and he doesn't have the fire anymore. So, no.
Alex? I think we know the answer.
It was a yes or no question. Firstly, it's an easy question. It's easy. Yes,
it's an easy one,
and I don't need to say any more really because I've said what I need to say already.
But you got to explain it.
He's 3 hours in and he's actually answered the question.
No,
you've been sitting on the fence this whole entire time. You can't.
I think that was a bit harsh, David. Oh gosh, we got some serious words today, mate. Honestly. Oh gosh. Anyway, but just to answer the question to Jack's lovely question.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Alex. Honestly, for me, the question is also easy, Alex. It's no. For David, is Dele Alli capable of converting to a striker at Spurs?
No.
Number 3, will Højbjerg be loved by Conte like he was loved by Jose and Nuno? This is an interesting one, I think. This could go both ways. I want to start with Marcelo again. Apologies, David. I'm going to start with Marcelo again. Will Højbjerg be loved by Conte like he was loved by Jose and Nuno? Yes or no?
Yes.
Oh.
Winners love winners.
He's gonna. Højbjerg is a winner. Alex, will we see the fall of Højbjerg under Conte?
I don't really care. No.
Interesting. Look, for me, I'm gonna go with Marcelo's line. Winners likely winners. You know what I mean? So I think he's gonna be loved.
I'm pretty sure Conte is already dining at Højbjerg's Viking table as we speak. They're going to be sharing mead with. I mean, Skippy's already there as well. Skippy's already down in a Højbjerg's table. The Vikings table. So I'll tell you that the big long table, as they might say. But is Paratici last one? Everybody, this is the best one. Is Paratici Don? Yes.
I don't need to waste.
No?
You don't need to even waste much. You don't even need to waste the answer.
Well, you got to confirm it at the end of the day. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say C. David, for you.
Don Jesus, Godfather, and Paratici. Yes.
It's easy one for me. No, because I'm not deluded. Unlike these 3 people that I've got on the panel right now, absolutely deluded.
Marcelo?
Honestly, the way that Marcelo's going on, he's gonna go off and jump up and down and do the hokey and everything else and jump up and down, you know what I mean? The Macarena, you know what I mean? Do the song and everything else, man, with all the jumping up and down, man. Because it's oh, Don Paratici, I love it. I love him. It's like he's done nothing right now. He's done nothing.
Alex, not only
he's
is he
done
a Don,
absolutely nothing.
not only
he's
is he a
done
Don,
nothing.
but he's
You know what I
a
mean?
Mercedes.
Have
When
he
he
won
walks
any
in the room,
trophies,
he's
Mark?
got the baddest
Has he won any
arms with
trophies?
all the charms, and he
Has he
is
won
ready
any
to bring
trophies?
harm to the rest
You're
of
ducking
these
the question,
Premier
bruv.
League teams,
You're
bro.
ducking
He
the
is a
question.
Don. I
You're
already
ducking
answered
the
the question. He is
You are ducking the question.
What?
Have we won any trophies? Yes or no?
I mean,
No.
the guy's been here less than 6 months.
The guy
So
hasn't even been here
it's
for a
literally
season.
impossible for him to win a
Alex.
trophy.
Exactly.
Yet.
So
It's
why
literally
Okay,
impossible.
no, Alex. Let me ask you a question. Do we have a better chance at winning a trophy with Antonio Conte?
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay, who brought in Antonio
Whoa.
Conte?
Easy. That's an easy
Who
question.
brought in
Yeah.
Antonio Conte?
Yes. Well,
No. Say his
that's
name.
teaching.
Say his name. Say his name.
What,
There we go.
what does that mean? Say his name. Say his name. Say his name.
No, because I don't want to
does
hear
that
a
mean?
yes. I want to
He's
hear
done
you say
nothing
his
right
name.
now, bro. What are you talking about? He hasn't done anything right now.
We
absolutely
are
nothing.
7th place
Say his
in
name.
the
7th
Conference
place, yes.
League. No, hold on. You say
Everyone
top of the
hashtag
league
say his
last
name in the chat.
hold on.
He's top of the league
Hold
last
on,
year.
hold on a
We're
second.
going to win the
Hold
league
on a
last
second.
year. What happened
Hold on
there?
a second.
One at a time, lads, one at a time.
Alex, you're good at interrupting, but you're not good at making points. All right, let me tell you something. We are 7th place in the Conference League. We are in a shit position with a poisonous squad that can, like in a squad that's worth nothing. We are probably the most unattractive club right now out of the top 6. And yet, Paratici has not only managed to bring in the best Italian defender, he's also brought in youngsters like Kill. He's also brought in Emerson, who's a top, right wing back at La Liga. He was. And now he has brought in one of the best managers in the world. Not a manager that's like top 10, a top 5 manager in the world. A guy who has bested the likes of Pep, Klopp, Mourinho, you name it. This guy has bested them all. Allegri, all of them, bro. He's bested them all. And he did that while we were in a fucking Conference League.
Well, we're going to let that one sink in. We're going to let Alex sink it in. So we're going to take this super chat and we're going to
sink it in. Sink it in.
Just let it breathe. Just let it breathe. Just let that comment breathe. Just let it breathe. But Alex, we are deluded calling Paratici Don like you are deluded with Davies and Winks. So hopefully one day you will shift from those two to Don Paratici. One day, Alex, you will say his name properly. And it will be Don.
No, I won't say his name properly because I'm not deluded. You know what I mean? I've been a supporter for a very, very long time, and I'm a very sensible supporter that don't need to go up and say, "Oh, we got Don Paratici when we've done nothing for the last 20 years." Please, honestly, get over yourselves, man.
The man won league titles at Juventus. Paratici won league titles.
But look,
not at Tottenham though, isn't it?
Though that's
not
a
at
fantastic
Tottenham though,
point,
isn't it?
Dark
He's
calling a spade a spade with that one. He's calling a spade a spade. He's calling a spade a spade with this one here. He's just saying eventually you'll say his name. It's just you're just pronouncing his name wrong. That's all it is. He's saying
no.
Hitchen put together.
No, but it's Don Paratici is what he's saying. He's just saying his name wrong. That's all it is. And he'll get it right eventually. He'll get it right.
Okay, no, but let me ask you that. No, hold on, because he keeps saying he hasn't done anything. But do you think Enoch would have gone Conte in? Do you think Enoch? Okay, do you think Hitchen could have gone Conte in?
Obviously not.
Do you think they could have gone guys like Romero in?
Well, no, I don't think so.
Okay, so Paratici has been able to do that, and the guy hasn't even been here for a season. He's done more at Spurs than our director of football, who's been, and Hitchen, who's been around for 3 years, and Enoch, who's been around at 21 years. This is the best manager we've ever had at Spurs.
We haven't won nothing though, bruv.
Right,
but that's not his job to win. His job is to set us up.
Well, it's even impossible for him to win something. He's been here less than 6 months. But that is the end of the show, everybody. That is the end of the show. That's the end of Kinnicky Answer Me. We got through it. Honestly. Excellent game management, I will say. Honestly, excellent game management. By the whole panel tonight. Honestly, I will say to be able to get it under this time window has been unbelievable. fantastic performance here from Marcelo. Everybody big Marcelo up in the comments. Fantastic performance from Alex Davies. Mr. Box
trust
Office.
the process. Oh, please, honestly.
Mr. Box Office, so please give Mr. Box Office also a big few claps as well. Mr. Box Office put in a fantastic shift in tonight. Marcelo put in a fantastic shift. Alex put in a fantastic shift. David was also sticking with it. Honestly, sometimes you get lost in the weeds with all the punches being thrown everywhere. Honestly.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, right? When there's over 400 people in the chat and everything else, you're just conscious about keeping it moving along. You know what I mean? And look, when you invite Mr. Box Office on and you invite Marcelo on, it's always going to be a lively one. It's just hard to keep it moving and keep.
No, David, that's what I was about to say. Big up to you for performance as well.
No, that's what I just said to everybody. It's hard. So thank you very much for sticking with us. You know what I mean? I absolutely enjoyed today. I think everybody else has enjoyed it. Look, at the end of the day, Don Conte is here. Look, everybody in the comments, big up Alex for coming on.
Yep.
Big up Marcelo for coming on. Big up for Jack for having the hardest job in the world tonight. Big up to Jack, getting us through that. And look, everybody, I want to say a massive thank you to you for your support. It's unbelievable. I really appreciate everything that you guys do for the likes of me and Jack and all of our guests here. Guys, do get over and check out Alex's channel. It's Alex, do you want to tell them what your channel is?
We'll put it in the private chat. We can plug it in if you like, Alex.
Oh, that's appreciated. Yeah, thank you very much.
I'll find it myself. I'm pretty sure.
Alex THFC.
Yep.
At the moment doing a few streams on my own. At the moment, you have to bear with me. I'm trying to do things on my own a little bit there. I did do a live stream, which I had to because I was just trying out StreamYard and stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to get my thoughts out, and you'll just get a more in-depth. Well, not in-depth, but it will become more in-depth analysis of what my thoughts are, rather than these sort of streams where I've only got a few minutes just to say my piece and that's it really. So it just gives you an idea what my thoughts are, and it's really just getting other people who in the comments just to answer me questions or give their thoughts or anything like that. And that's really it's all about really at the end of the day. So yeah, that's what it's all about.
There you have it. One thing I just want to correct Alex on is you have plenty of time to answer the questions. It's just how you use that time, Alex. When you're going off talking about Leicester City and everything else, that's your prerogative.
You love Leicester, don't you?
No. Just the way he says I only have a couple of minutes. It's not true. It's how you use your time to answer the question.
No. That's not a dig. That's not a dig at you. That's not a dig at you. That's not a dig at you. That was just really just a general what I'm saying, isn't it?
I love fish food. I'm not even gonna lie. That's my favorite Ben and Jerry's.
That's your favorite Ben and Jerry's.
I'm just responding to the super chat.
Yeah, Stinky says appreciate the entertainment. Please buy Alex some Ben and Jerry's, and since he has a hard time making up his mind, may I recommend fish food? Enjoy.
Fish food is fantastic.
No, there was nothing wrong with what I was doing tonight. I'm sorry, I'm defending myself on this.
No one's saying
I am not gonna. I felt that was wrong. What David did, I think that was not fair. But I love you, David. I love you, David. I do love you, David. But like I said, I was quite open at the beginning. I said I don't know what to say on this at the moment. I'm gonna leave it and see what happens, see how it plays out, and then I can make my choices. I'm going to the game on Thursday, and I'm going to the game at Leeds as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens then. Because at the moment I've got no idea. I only know that
he just asked you for your first 11, lad. He's not asking you to
but
make
I don't know.
difficult decision.
It's an open book at the moment.
Just your first 11.
Alex, if you feel hard done by, I apologize. I don't understand what.
No, David. It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good between us, man. Don't worry, man.
First 11.
No, but big up, Stinky. Really appreciate the support. Cookie dough, man, is where I think it's at. We have Dermot with Tottenham Tantrum. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Harris Army. Come on, you Flip Cap Army. Come on, you Spurs. Don Paratici, Don Conte. Big yourself up, Dermot. I know you're absolutely buzzing, my man. I know you are absolutely buzzing. Look, I really do hope that everybody has enjoyed the show today. I think it's been a good one. It's been a long one, that's for sure. It's definitely been a difficult one, but that's what it's all about, guys.
Thank you very much, Stinky, as well. I think that I haven't seen him. So thank you very much, Stinky. Honestly, that's a good comment as well. But Dermot, as always, big yourself up, brother. Really big yourself up as well. Sorry, Dave.
Well, guys, do get over and check out Alex's channel. Marcelo, where can people find you if they want to follow you, my man?
Find me right here to Gangsta25, baby.
Been the first Twitter out there.
Yep, been the first to gang a supporter. You know what? And I'll be the last, man. I'll always support that kid until I die. So no, yeah, that's where you can find me if you want to chat up with me. Hit my DMs. I've I talk to people over football. Just try to keep it football related. That's all I ask. I've had some people ask me like weird questions, like where I live and like stuff like that, and personal questions. Like I love you guys, but try to keep it football. You can DM me. I love talking Spurs with anybody, every Spurs fan. Heck, even some other fans. I've talked with United fans, Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans, not an Arsenal fan. If you're an Arsenal fan, you can fuck off right there. I won't even respond to you. I'll just put scum and then just block you. I'm just kidding. I've even discussed with Arsenal fans. I love talking with you guys. So hit me up on Twitter if you want to. Give your opinions. I'll respond to it. But yeah.
No, so there you are, guys. There you can find that. That's where you can find Marcelo. And Jack, my man, where can we find you, brother?
Over at the second channel, David, and that is flatcapeurotalk. With flatcapeurotalk, again, we're going to basically be talking about and doing highlight reactions to all the players that we do feel like, maybe Conte will be going after. It will be scout reports. It will be highlight reactions also as well. I am doing a bit of kind of a Conte kind of tactics pod / transfer pod with Darius on Thursday on the channel. That will be a live stream. You should stick out for that. I did my Frank Kessier also scout report with David this morning. That's been released out today. Tomorrow is going to be the long-awaited Cody Gakpo scout report as well, which will be released tomorrow. Lots of players that I think we should be going after, as well as players that I'm pretty sure Conte is going after that we will probably be signing as well. So if you want to get more in-depth kind of analysis, they probably won't get really anywhere else, I would probably say. That is from a Spurs fan. Head on over to our second channel, Flat Cap Euro Talk.
There you are, guys. So that's where you can find Jack. And look, guys, I want to say it's been an absolute good show. Thank you very much for all the support from everybody. Thank you so much for everyone that stayed tuned for the whole three hours. Absolutely insane support you guys give me and Jack the whole time. It's unwavering. It's absolutely unbelievable. From the bottom of my heart, a massive thank you to everybody. Also, look, every once in a while, I'll always put this message out there. Never be lonely. If you're suffering, if you're down or anything like that, or with the mental health or anything, my email address is always in every description underneath every video. Just get in contact with me. Same as my social medias. People that contact me on social media, they know I respond at every opportunity I get. So do get in contact. You always have a friend here in me, in Jack, and I'd say it goes the same for Alex and Marcelo, guys.
Oh, absolutely.
So everyone, make sure you do get in contact with that. James Jarvis says, exciting day. Always great to come and be a part of our Tottenham family. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, James.
Come on, James.
Well, it's definitely good to be a part of it. Look, it's just the main thing is it's good to see so many people with smiles on their faces. It really is. It's just good to see people with optimism back. It's really good to see it, James Jarvis, and it's good to see you, brother. But everybody, you know what I mean? Keep smashing that like button. Keep smashing that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. The big push for 5K is on. Let's see if we can make it happen before the first year anniversary of the channel, which is on the 21st of November, which was the first video.
Wow.
So if we can get to 5K before that, I'll be absolutely awesome. If we don't, it doesn't matter, but it's a goal of mine, and I really would like to make it happen. Again, one more time, guys, big up Alex, big up Marcelo, big up Jack, and we'll all see you soon. Guys, make sure you're back here Thursday. We have, a build-up to the Europa Conference League game during the day, and we'll be doing a watch-along as well. So I want to see you all back here soon. But until then, stay safe and look after yourself.
Yep.
Come on, you Spurs, and in Conte we trust.
In Conte we trust. Come on, you
Forza Spurs.
Forza Spurs.
Forza Spurs.